Almost.
Hey Josh, I think your music's like reverbing between the two speakers. It's
Oh,
really weird.
okay. I'm about to anyway. I'm gonna about to close. Okay, but you can hear me good. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, we hear you good. It just was reverbing.
Okay, sounds good. Almost done now. So, guys, we should be live on YouTube as well as on Discord. And if you guys can go on this on Twitter, and if you can help me to retweet those, would appreciate. And you can do recode also, and let's reach to the bigger audience. I would appreciate if you can do that. Okay. So hopefully we should be okay. I think we should be fine. All right. So somebody can confirm on YouTube. Just making sure that on YouTube you can. Let me actually check myself. I might hear echo maybe, but let me see if I can find that. Yep.
You sound good, Josh. I think it's just I had
Mm-hmm.
a storm. I think it was just on my end. It went away.
Sounds good. Okay, sounds good. Okay. Alright, welcome everybody. Welcome to Top Trading Edge. We'll start with the little disclaimers. This video is for education purpose only, not recommending it to buy or sell any sort of stocks or investment. For your financial advice, please consult with your professional financial advisor and make sure you guys do your due diligence to enter in any of your trades. It could be very risky. You can lose your entire portfolio. And based on this research, I really want people to do their homework. And this video is for education purpose only. All right. So I will start with the most important part is, guys, everybody who join in here, those who've been here, no stop trading edge, they actually know the thesis, but I want people who are joining here. There are two things going on here. One is that we have a live stream going on, and second one is we also have a Twitter space where people can interact, as well as we have a Discord live also. So we are live on YouTube, we are live on Discord, as well as we are live on a Twitter. So if I'm live on YouTube, you cannot interact with me. You can only view you can only view my screen, and you can hear me what I'm talking. And there might be a 10 seconds or 5-second delay. If you want to avoid that delay, right next to the volume button on a YouTube, there's a little live button. If you click that live button, you might eliminate that 10-second delay. So those who are listening, and if you're on YouTube, there is a right next to live button, there's a little, right next to volume button, there's a little tiny live button. If you click that, that would be that might eliminate the delay. And those who are on Discord, they can hear me and they can interact with me. The people who are on Twitter space, they can hear me, they can interact with me. Only the people on YouTube, they cannot interact with me. So if you want to interact with me, you need to have two devices. One is your phone, where you can get onto the Twitter space and you can interact with me, but then you also need your computer to view my screens, whatever I discuss, whatever I show you, so you can understand that. So hopefully everybody knows that, and if not, then I also record my videos. You can also see that, but mostly sometimes it's very important to be on the top of the things. Then you might need to have a question. The more the question you have, the better the performance you can gain. All right. So we're gonna start with the market condition, what exactly market is doing currently. And I think there are a couple of things I wanted to discuss about it, because everybody interested now. Most of the people who are traders, they are interested what's gonna happen upcoming week, right? That's the short-term people are always thinking like that. Then there are a crowd who's looking for, is this the bottom? Okay, there are two kind of crowd right now. One is the one who's interested only for next week, and there is another crowd who is only interested what's going to happen. So for example, oh sorry, I'm gonna, oops, I hit the wrong button, guys, my bad, sorry. So there are people who are looking for this is S&P SPY, and like I said, there are crowd who's only interested what's going to happen in next, because their options are expiring this week, next week, and stuff like that, right? So I like to analyze both the crowd to see what exactly happened, because I was thinking that, hey, I can analyze in a little bit longer, but why not to go with the little smaller time period also. It will be interesting, but I thought if we can have more crowd slowly joining in, and then I can jump in, because I'm sure people coming in later, and then what happens is they will have the same question which I'm about to repeat, I'm about to explain, reveal here, whatever I say, then it's not like a good healthy one, right? So I hope everybody allocate that time properly, just like how I'm responsible to come on time. I also expect you to come on time and create some sort of discipline, just like every time when we trade, what do I say? We need to have the discipline certain. If you have a discipline, you will be the winner. The moment you do not have the discipline, you cannot be winner. Same thing I tell you guys, if you give your time to the market will give you something. But if you cannot give the time to the market, you cannot expect anything from the market. Market will take from you, guys. Write it down. Market will take from you. Okay, so you need to give your time. All right, so let's start with the I'm gonna start with a smaller time frame right now, because I'm sure there are a lot of traders here, and I noticed there is a lot of trader in our community, and they really want to trade and scalp it and stuff like that. So I will start with that. I'm hoping that everybody is here and who's listening. Okay, so as we all know that what do you see in this chart right now? I just want to start with the beginning, so at least bottom line is people who are joining here, they can slowly can see what I'm trying to show them. So as you can see over here, we had a lot of cycle going through. If you see this is the bull cycle, then there is bear cycle, then bull cycle, then bear, then again bear, and then again we have bound, and then we have again bear, then little bull, and then again bear. Then you can see big bull right here, almost like 12 days bull, and then look here, we have a big bear cycle, right? Okay, so this is something unusual thing which I notice, and I've been telling that also, that if you look at any trend here, never happened like that. It happened here, but it bounced, then happen here and bounce. But this one is unusual way. So whenever I mention about unusual, is we have to emphasize that area. We need to deep dive in more into that area, why this happened. These are okay, remember this, whenever I discuss about technicals are very important in our trading life. Why? Because these are real money. When any traders, all the market makers, all these headline creators, all these traders, anywhere you go, they invest their money here, and then all these actions happen, and because of that these candles are here, red and green, right? So that's why we should have these. That's what I say always. Hey, we always need to analyze. Technical analysis is so important, guys. We do not just need to look at the financials, and we just don't need to just look at the geopolicy. We also need to take a look at the technical analysis. So as you can see here, this cycle was quite a bit extended, and that's what I've been saying these last 2 weeks. Hey, on Wednesday night and on Thursday night, I said, hey, there is a overextension. So what do you mean, Josh? What exactly is happening here? Is this a real bottom, or is gonna keep going down or not? Well, we do analyze in a deep diving in a different ways. I've been tweeting. Those who follow me on Twitter, they have to follow a lot of things I tweet, and then they should have the question. If they have question, we are always live 10 hours a day, every day streaming. That's the, what else can I tell you? You have a plenty of time to communicate with me. So this is the only place in this world who is going live, free of charge, and educating everybody and free of charge. We remember that's the most important. Free of charge. I'm educating each and every area. So people who have a question, please join me anytime. I'm everywhere live on YouTube, as well as Discord, as well as on Twitter, and you can interact with me. It's not like, oh, you send me a question and I can answer you tomorrow. In terms of like, you directly on the spot, you can interact with me and you can learn out of it. Okay, so that is the important part I'm just trying to tell you. Now Okay, so what exactly happening here? You know, this S&P 5. This is this chart for S&P 500. This is our main Fortune 500 companies, because I always like to analyze our market based on the Fortune 500 company. Those companies have an excellent balance sheet. I'm not gonna go and take a look at the IWM Russell 2000 or QQQ. Maybe I'll go and take a look at QQQ, but I wanted to emphasize more on S&P 500, because S&P 500 has a great balance sheet. All these 500 companies, they have the excellent balance sheet. So I like to see what are the actions that are happening in here, right? So now, if you can see, these my lines I draw right here, these are the called tops falling right here. You see tops are falling, but there is a cycle of tops falling. If you can see, this little cycle, then again we the bottom out, and then we reversal here. So then we again fell, then again we bounce, again fell, again we bounce, and then we so all right. So let's now, as you can see, these tops are falling, but what happened now, we took the bottom out here around at 410. Okay, and this is how we predicted. Those who joined this community, who knows that how these are the my waves. I do not believe in Elliott waves. I don't believe in so many parameters, so many charts comes in market. I do not believe that. Why? Because those are anticipation. I don't like anticipation. I like to participate myself into the different areas where the growths are, what Fed policies are, what financials are, what earnings are, what news are, what inflation is doing. Every area I like to deep dive in, and based on that I like to go and see what exactly market is doing, right? And that's the reason I said, hey, I'm gonna focus more on what I create my wave. So based on that, here we broke this, and I said, we announced that, hey, we broke this, and it's going to be a bearish trend starting. And as you can see, my all the tweets every day I tweet S&P 500 chart, and you can go to my Twitter profile, and you can see every day I tweet that, and I also live and explain them. So when this bear trend started, lot of people, we were shorting, and I also, you know, if you go look back on every Sunday I go live and I discuss what market is going to look like. So if you want to go back and rewind the tape, I'm also, all these videos are recorded on Sunday, so maybe 4-5 weeks back I also discussed that, and you're able to see that what exactly I said that. Okay, so now what exactly happening here, you can see these tops are falling right here, but small one. These are the ladder going down, then again down, again down, again down, again down. So what happened here is lower low, but you see the consolidation is consolidated here, then one more leg down, then consolidated here, one more leg down, and we consolidated here, then one leg down, and then we bounce. So let's see here what exactly happened previously. Just like previously here, you can see this around $405. We had the leg down, and then we bounce 1, 2, 3. You see this wick below the body, right? The bullish sign right here, bullish hammer have also. So you can see we bounce. So how much we bounce from here to here? About 405 to 430. About 25 handles we bounce from here to here, right? About, yeah, right. So 25 handle we bounce, and then what happened? We bounced 3 days, and we came back and found the support. So same thing again happened. We broke the floor. We broke this floor, $410. We found little teeny mini support, and then we went back. But then we overextended. So what do you mean just overextended? If you look at my trend line I draw, pretty much if you look at this right here from the top, because the higher you come from, the longer the length, the better the result you can achieve, right? So if you look at that, these are the strong one basically. So we broke, you can see right here, we broke through this 400. And what did I say 3-4 days ago, guys? 400 is a landmark achievement for the short, for the Fed wants market to go down, right? That's the mark we could, but this is what overextended. So something like this happened here, and which is what do I call it? I mean, you know, this is not like a simple support right here, and it broke. It's just something like, it's called emotional. So this something happens like that, and market can bounce. And now what exactly you think it's gonna bounce more further? Well, if you notice here, look at exactly patterns are right from front of your eyes right here. Let's take a look at it. What exactly happened? These are the support right here. This channel one, you look at here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, around 8 days consolidated in this area when this cycle was going on 8 days. Then we one leg down. Market did not want to consolidate here. We wanted to consolidate in this area, right? You see this? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 days. So we took around 9 days here from here to here. And then here, what happened here? Man, look like this is overextended, right? But the trend line, we broke the trend line, right? You see that? This is the trend line we broke, but over 1 2 3 4 5. So we are only 5th day here, but then this is the overextended, because if you look at the trend line, this is not called rising bottom. So if you take a look at it here, rising bottom. What is my rising bottom, Judge? This is not rising bottom. The rising bottom would be, you might see something like steady bottom, like where you can see trend line you draw when you're able to draw the line and then slowly bounce. So let me show you something in I'm gonna draw a line so you can see what I'm talking about. So say for example, I draw a line right here, right? And then market goes like something like this, and then goes down like this, then touches like this, and then bounce like this, right? So this is our trend line. When the trend line is being supported and then it bounced back, that's called something normal, okay? But whenever properly keep going, then it's called overextended. When overextended happens, that's why I always say we might run out of the juice. So something like that, which exactly, that's what exactly happened here. So this is not exactly not supposed. This is it's called the short term. Short term people over excited, or you over emotional, and they keep selling like that, and that's what exactly happens here. But the support area is 400 here, guys. Okay. So this is something like this happening right now, and I do not think market right now immediately wants to go down at right away at this particular time, because we need to have this is how the market has a trend, market has a cycle, market has everything. So when we were in the middle of the week and we test the floor, we were right here right now trading. So let's see what's gonna happen next week. The way I think right now, Fed wants market to go down. Okay, bottom line is they want to go down, but I think we are right here, will be trading probably somewhere in this area, and maybe I need to have you see this rising, tops are rising, you see these tops. I do not see right now tops is rising here, so maybe we can go up to here. This is the major resistance coming out of here. So what happens is all the bears, they shorted, and then they fill it up. Then again, so it's called lower high. So we might create a lower high. I want to see how far the lower high happen. Over here we did not go lower high, guys. If you take a look at it, we were right here. We did not create a high here, but though we got rejected at the trend line itself here because of the tremendous pressure here. You see this? So that thing happened here. So over here right now, what we need, we have three resistance line we have. One is the trend line, which is right coming out here, which is right here around 405, and the second one is resistance is around 410 mark. So I feel like somewhere here we will be trading if we do not have a tremendous pressure in the market, though the Fed wants the market to go down. That we already discussed earlier, and I will discuss more later on. But this, for the short term period who are trading in the market, they have to understand this part, that this is called too much rational went down and we broke the trend line and people think it's gonna go through. No, this is because of the people get emotional, some sort of emotional, and it go through this process, but then again it bounce back. So there is a short cover, and that cover can happen, and this is what I can see. This is the short cover actually happening right now. So this is the, but just because of selling, people have, it's like more fear creates at that time. This thing is normally happen, which is not the correct. which is not exactly correct, but always there is always trend line. When you even break through the trend line, sometimes we do break through the trend line. Right here, if you look at, we couple of candles broke 4-5 days, we broke the trend line, and the market was above the trend line, right? You see this, sometimes market do break the trend line. So that's kind of like, you have to also see the trend line all sometimes breaks, but it also come back, and that's what I can think right now here. This is exactly same thing is happening here. But do you think, Josh, you think market gonna go back to the reversal just like how it happened here? I have a definitely thinking not 100%. This is my thought of thinking. I do not think like that. That is gonna go back here or anything like that. This is just short covering happening, and this is normally might consolidate here. So we will see how far it can go, maybe up to around 410, right? This is the next resistance area I draw here. So far we will see. This is for the short term period of the what I think about it. Now let's take a look at it the long term. So I'm gonna go to SPX actually, because this chart is already, I have drawn too many pattern here. So it's just S&P 500 and SPX is the same. It's just a different chart I'm looking at it. So when you look at these, now I'm gonna go back to little bit history here, because I did you know what, let me go back to the SPY. So I did tweet today, right, about this one. So what is this actually? What is this, Josh? People have. So I like to go back to here what exactly happened before, right? So when pre-pandemic, this is the pre-pandemic level. You can see the dates on the bottom when I move my cursor here. So pre-pandemic, when we were here in February 2020, the market was super duper flying high, and that time S&P 500 was $340 approximately right here, and then market tanked, and it came down to $218 right here. I put this mark, $218 S&P 500 was. So from here bottom to the top, which was top was S&P 500 was $482 approximately. Okay, so how much did we ran up from here to here? So if we take a look at $218, it ran up 121%, right, from there here to here. And actually I did announce this before, I was not on Twitter, but I used to tweet a lot. I used to talk in my group, say, hey, this is we are on the top, and we probably time to go down, and market can happen this. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that right now. So let's talk about what exactly so far has happened. So as you can see here, highest level was we reached here at $482 range, right? And since then, currently where we are right now, $401 right here. So how far we went down so far? Approximately 20%, 19 to 20% approximately we went down. So how far we are from our pre-pandemic level? Well, if you look, because remember the range is 400, we are coming from the top to the bottom. We are not going from the bottom to the top. So basically, if you look at from the top, the range is we are 18%, 18% away from the pre-pandemic level. So you might have the question, Josh, why are you going here right now? Well, because I do see lots of stocks doing exactly the same S&P 500 is going to do. So what do you think, Josh? You gonna do that? Well, I don't have the crystal ball, guys, but I always like to look around, think what's on my left shoulder. I want to look on my right shoulder. I want to look at above the sky. I want to look on my floor, stuff like that's what I like to do. I like to analyze this. So I was thinking maybe not, but I do see there right now the pressure is downward, and I will come to the conclusion. Okay, I will say something what I think, but I don't want to say it right away immediately, because there is always I want to show what I can think right now. So if you take a look at it right here, pre-pandemic we were here at the 340. So if you look at from pre-pandemic 340, and we reached to here, which is 401, so around 80%, right? And we already came down to around 20%. So pretty much feasible to me the way I look like that, the way all the stocks. So let's take a look at Amazon in between. We're gonna take a look at the big companies, so at least we can get to know how far. So Amazon is pre-pandemic. Amazon was here around $2,000 right here. You saw that I saw that line. So how far are we from pre-pandemic? Not far actually. If you take a look at it right here, we did almost touch, guys. That we already touched, right? We almost touch, and we are only 11% away from pre-pandemic levels. Okay, let's cancel that, but basically almost we touched that. So let's take a look at it. Apple. So let's take a look at Apple. Apple is, remember, Apple did not go down, guys. Okay, so Apple was here 2020, I'm sorry, 2020 right here. Apple is probably 85% went up. Now right now we are here, so I like to bring this line down. Still Apple is 80% up from its pre-pandemic level. But if you take a look at Nvidia and other many stocks, right, yeah, still has a room to go. 145 right here, pre-pandemic. So it has around 20% room on this Nvidia than AMD. So these stocks also, if you look at the AMD right here, so it has quite a bit of room to go down, right? So but if you leave this big tech stock, and if you go back to many other stock, then you might see we are very close to pre-pandemic level. For example, Netflix, right? We know that Netflix went all the way to below pandemic price was here. I mean, right here, we were here, right here, and we broke that, and we are now way down right here. Then same thing, PayPal, below pandemic right here, we went down. PayPal, so we want to check Square, just like that. Many companies, we are way below right now. So pretty much Square is pre-pandemic level right here. So what I think is probably we are heading in that direction, but market doesn't crash like that immediately, and that's what I think long term. For the long term people who are thinking, maybe I am thinking that it can happen. So let's take a look at the is it gonna happen, Josh? You think the long term? What do you think? And let's analyze technical point of view. Then we're gonna go analyze another way, which I will discuss about it. But what actually, what normally happens here? So this is SPX, is same thing as S&P 500, but I draw the pattern here a little bit. So you can see the head and shoulder. I draw this before, and this is the head, and this is shoulder, and I draw the pattern right here coming. This is the previous day, previous time. I'm going to get rid of this. So we broke the support line, and we are right now about to test the floor here, which is around 3850, right here around 400. We tested, and I just draw the Fibonacci, but I just try. I don't believe in this, but I just draw it. I thought to let me see how far it has a strength to go down, and I feel like this is our pre-pandemic level, 3300, 3380, so 3400 around pre-pandemic level for the SPX. Okay. Now what I like to show you something here interesting is, guys, this. Remember what I said here is this is our major trend line at the maximum. You touch the line all the way, and if you follow the trend line, you see this channel. This is the downward channel right here. So I'm gonna draw this so you can see. This is the downward channel created, right? So whenever we touch the resistance and touch the floor support area, so these are the trend line, right? So now whenever we touch the trend line, we need to see how much the the market has the gas to fill up, to go up, or it so basically it's like a falling the tops or rising the bottom. We have to keep eyes on rising the bottom or not. Now what do you mean rising the bottom? We need to properly consolidate area, and then it bouncing, or it's just gonna bounce like parabolic move like that faster. You follow? So that's what I like to keep eyes on right now, see what exactly happens, right? And now important part, what I need to show you right now here is the monthly. I'm gonna go to monthly chart, so I'm gonna get rid of this so I can show you. You know what, let me show you something. So you see this month, I'm gonna go to 2009 monthly chart, and you can see something interesting going to happen, because anytime you want to go analyze the market for a long term, you have to we have to follow the parabolic trend, and then see what happens, and then we're gonna draw the linear trend line and see what exactly happened, and see how far, what does it look like. So the moment I click here, man, it's gonna go through. So okay, my line is already drawn, so I'm gonna show you. So this is the line. You see 2009 I draw from all the way touching here, you see. So these are the parabolic trend line right here. You see all these I draw I'm gonna get rid of this so you can see very clearly. Okay, let me cancel this, let me cancel this, let me cancel that, let me cancel this so you guys can see. Cancel this, okay. So our monthly comes out 2009, right? You see this line I draw all the way, okay. This is coming out all the way from 2009. You can see the dates on the bottom, and I'm drawing this trend line, which is parabolic trend line, guys. Okay, this is we've been extending all the way. Market is super duper bullish. Okay, let me cancel this all this so you can see very clearly. Let me cancel this so you can see. Now how far are we from here to here, guys? This is our trend line is right here. Let me cancel this also. You can see that we are, you see that this is our linear trend line we have to touch, most likely because of overextended we are. So 2009 to 2022 I think is overextended, and this is probably might get tested. You think Josh gonna going to test it? Man, I don't know. This is dangerous, man. But this is just the technical. Okay, guys, I don't want to scare anybody. But you know, the way I look at the bond market, and bond market has been inflated since many years, and you know, same thing. This is same thing. So there's a lot of balloons out there, and I'm just focusing on balloons. So every time parabolic trends always come back and test the linear trend line, and then it bounces. That's how normally all the trend line works, guys. So if anybody wants, this is a monthly chart. Okay, I'm looking, each candle represent 1 month, guys. Okay, and I'm going back to all the way to draw from 2009 to here, almost 15 years right here. So this is the trend line I feel, and it normally whenever overextended, whenever parabolic move happens, it always tests the linear trend line and then it bounces. So but again, this is not going to happen overnight because each candle represents 1 month of the work. So I feel like that this can happen also. I don't know, or maybe it can bounce from here also, but that's just the thesis, because we all discuss a lot of things about the economies and microeconomies, and based on that I think it might get tested here also, but I want to go one step at a time. And I feel like I have a chances, I have more than 50% chance that we might get tested, man. More than 50% chance I feel like this, if we cannot manage this very well, so now what do you think, Josh? Why do I think like, remember let me go back and show you something about why do I, because I tweet a lot of things today and I want to show you why do I think like that, so that way you can see. Okay, so let's I'm gonna go back to a couple of things I want to show you right here. Let's see, what did I tweet here, what Fed wants. And okay, so right here, guys, you can see there what Fed wants. Federal Reserve Jerome Powell, central bank likely to raise the interest rate by the 0.5%. So what Jerome Powell came out and what he said, that we might go 50 basis point in June and July. Okay, he wants to go 50 basis point June and July, constant 2 months. And he says if the economy perform our expected, Powell said it would be appropriate for there to be additional 50 basis point increment at the next 2 meetings. So they might continue 50-50 also. Okay, so that we need to keep it in mind, because they think, okay, economy is performing well, they raise the interest rate, job market is still sustaining, then they will continue. So what do you think, job? Because we always look at the stock market is going down, guys. One thing, important thing, keep it in your mind, that job market, our stock market, when stock market goes 15-20% down, most of the time 90% US, 90% citizen of US, they basically don't just they do get affected if market goes down, but they barely get affected. But 10% people, those who are at the top notch 10% people, they get affected the most. So what does that mean? Well, when economy goes down, the 10% people, when the market goes down, those 10% people get affected, but the 90% people do not get affected immediately, guys. They don't get affected like crazy like those 10%. You know what I mean? Like, big institutions and stuff like that. Those who are investing into the stock market. So that we need to keep it in mind, because Fed is right now testing out. Because did you notice, guys, last 6 months, last 3 months, what has been exactly happening? PayPal, Square, Tesla, AMD, all these pumped up stock by many medias. All the air is getting out of the balloon, right? Did you notice that all the airs are getting out of the balloon? So they are exactly doing what they're supposed to do, and they are doing it actually. And they're telling, oh, we're gonna have a soft landing, but right now the inflation is not coming down, right? So they have no choice but to bring the stock market down. So people will not have the power. The 10% people has the power, highest power, they have it. So they are probably trying that's what I can think right now, that they're trying to bring that power down. So but it doesn't happen overnight, and I feel like that's what looks to me based on their talk. And if I look at another, here I said US GDP growth is negative, guys. Whenever GDP growth goes negative, this quarter is negative, second quarter also goes negative, then it's basically officially they have to announce that, hey, we are in recession. But why do I think we are not in recession? US GDP growth is negative. If the second quarter also goes negative, then we will be officially in a recession. But retail market and labor market is still strong, because we all know the moment market opens up, you're gonna see millions of dollars spending on Tesla calls, and so many things goes on. People have a lot of money power, guys. I have seen different markets, but this time I see people have a lot of money. So that's why I think people have lots of money. Still market people have a lot of money, because we pumped up into this economy for $5 trillion since we locked down. Okay, so that could be the we have to keep that thing in mind also, just this GDP. And then I also mention about we got to mention about the China GDP right here. China GDP decline. What is declining China GDP? Look at the China. So what do we produce, guys? We do not produce what China does, right? Look at the China GDP, maybe India GDP, because they have a different kind of labor, guys. And look at their GDP declining. And guys, I tell you, I know we are in the US, so we don't analyze it. But man, I've been looking at the China and North Korea, man. They have thousands and thousands of people are getting. Those are the number coming out, but those number could not be just like a true number. But a lot of people, a lot of cities are getting locked down because the vaccine they had it was 25% effective, and people don't even take the Chinese vaccine, probably most likely. That is another thing also. And they did not take US vaccine, so that's why they are locking down their towns. So how far they can lock? These are always news goes through around the towns. Hey, it's gonna be everything will be all right. But if you don't fix the problem from the root, then the problem will continue. Remember, problem will continue, and I think that's what is happening with the China. They did not fix the problem from the root, and that's why you see these are getting affected now. These are the numbers. Imagine what would happen in these coming quarters. It's not gonna be good now, right? So that's China GDP. Now these would affect to our inflation. Why? Because everything come from US, Europe. It's coming from China, guys. All these dollar cost average item coming from there. So then we're gonna affect it to the inflation. But yes, definitely the food we are eating is coming from US, so that might not be get affected. But remember, there's a lot of household items, guys. That's why if you look at the Etsy, and if you look at the Wayfair, Amazon, so I go through every day, every balance sheets, and based on that, I'm telling you that we are literally affected right now on this GDP. So because GDP, remember, Warren Buffett used to say that also. So he said that always you have to have a GDP has to get along with the market growth. So what is the market growth? So if you look at the if you look at the market daily chart, if I look at it, if you look at this market, we were locked down, and look at this, our GDP is going down now, GDP, and then this one is going up. How come? So that you have to have a parallel going. If it is GDP going up, SPY goes up with it, then yes, it's called healthy. But if the SPY goes up and GDP goes down, that means something is wrong, right? That's what happened, guys. Why? Because we pumped up the $5 trillion into the economy, and that's what exactly happened. You have to go with the GDP. That's the economic rule applies, guys. Okay, so people who want to believe in a bull, they can believe in, but I would not believe in bull like that. Yeah, I believed in bull here, right? But I know some point of time is gonna change would happen. So if somebody tell me, George, this air is out of the balloon and everything is now back to normal, then I will be not, guys. Why? Because GDP has to go along with the market, and I need that change is happening. And I think, in fact, we have a little problem going in China as well as now Europe. And as you know, that Russia already cut down. Russia is out of the, now the energies and everything coming out of China. Lots of trouble going to, and there's a huge inflation taking place in Europe also. So that this problem will probably will continue. Inflation will little continue at 2022, maybe a little bit up and down. But bottom line is right now, guys, overall worldwide, just like I tweet about yesterday, that hey, look at this right here. I tweet India's second biggest wheat producer in the world ban exporting wheat for 2022. They announced Friday, I guess, and say second highest wheat producer. So what mean to USA? Okay, so I like to discuss a couple of things here. So guys, look, USA does produce a lot of wheat, so we are not in trouble for wheat. But remember, America cannot just go along by itself, right? Okay, we have to take other country with us, such as China, North Korea, right? Those countries, and many countries, they are already suffering about this corona right now, COVID, because we live in here, we don't realize it. They are in trouble. Today I announced millions of people right now affected in North Korea, millions of people. So what would happen to them now? They go South Korea, they go different country. Everybody get affected slowly. So pretty much we are getting affected, guys. That's what exactly happened. So what happened to why India banned this? Because India had a heat wave problem. 50% crop got burned out in India, and that's why they said we cannot export wheat, because when country announce something, there must be reason, guys. Why do they announce that? You think they just announce just because, no, the reason is India has the highest population, second highest population in the world, right? So they need to feed their people there. So that's why they announced that, hey, we need to ban this. So what would happen? Well, Europe, wherever the wheat production is less, they will be paying big time money right now. Just like Europe is right now in trouble paying a lot of energy prices and all the stuff like that, right? Same thing they're gonna pay for the food prices also. So that would not affect the United States because we have a lot of production here. But guys, okay, one thing I'll tell you about in US, we are in a good hands right now here in terms of the energy. We have a lot of reserve. We have a lot of wheat here. We have a lot of stuff, so we are not in trouble. But definitely many other country, guys, if you look at many countries, they are in trouble. Particularly war is going on, so lots of things are going unstable right now. So 2022 is still, I think, is not looking out good. So but if what would happen if the bread price goes to, so for example, whatever the bread we buying $2, $3 bread, and it goes to $10, it will be end of the world for US, for example. I'm just giving you a hypothetical idea. What would happen if the price doubles up in bread, or what would happen the price doubles up in gas? You think end of the world would happen in US? I do not think so. But if that same thing happen into third world country, absolutely, man. They don't even have the bread, and all of a sudden the bread price goes high. What would happen? People will be on the road, right? So we have to, America has to get along, take other country with it also, and many country also has to, you have to take care of them too. And I guess that's what is exactly going to happen right now. So though there is that every country has, like, they might have some sort of reserve little bit, but you can get out of the reserve very quickly, and then it will surface out many things, and then we realize, oh wow, this change is happening. So that's what I can think right now. Maybe US might not get affected. Maybe we have inflation here, but it's not end of the world. But if it is inflation in other country where everything is expensive, it's gonna be difficult for those countries to survive, right? So we have to keep those things also in mind. That is a lot of other side of the coin. So what is this now? Okay, crypto I'm gonna talk about a little later. And okay. So this is another one right here. So let's take a look at it. Okay, this is very important one, guys. I tweet about it. Since 1957, the S&P 500 dropped 19%, 15 times. 15 times 19% drop, and 5 times were bottom, and then bounce back immediately. So what do you think? You think Josh is gonna bounce back? S&P 500 gonna bounce back because this time we dropped 19%. You follow what I mean? Because we did bounce these two candles right here. But if you ask me, right here, because anytime you bounce from it, from here, as I said, the stock go to too much selling because of rational decision, all the crazy sell off happening, and then this is what normally happens. And to correct the price, anytime, always to correct the price, which is always short has to cover, that's called correct the price. And this is the short term gain. This is all little short term gain, and then we have to follow the trend line. We have to see the follow what the trends and trend lines are right now, going into the motion or not. We have to see this. So we still need a lot of things happening here. So I draw the trend line. These are resistance 1, 2, 3 resistance I draw, and based on that we're gonna take a look at it. But normally, this is emotional reaction. Basically, is this bounce because of too much sell off happen, and then the recover happen. That's what I can see. So but bottom line, long term and short term, I did mention about it, that the parabolic move and the parabolic move with the linear trend line, we are way far down here, right here. So we are way far from that. So but let's go back to here. So basically that's why I think here that is less likely that they can bounce right here. I mean to say temporary, yeah, it can be, but we have furthermore so five further double digit decline happen. Okay, but this is just the technicals I was just trying to show you guys. But look at here. So what is this now? If you look at here, Nasdaq QQQ crash comparison by year. So let's take a look at it year. What happened in 1972, 22. So these are all technicals little bit. So we are so far here. When 2000 crash happened, we touched here. Then 2008 we almost pretty much same number here. And like I said, many people many times ask me, Josh, what do you think? I always say that we have a more trouble than the previous one. So I think it might get tested, and I feel it. It's horrible situation we have right now compared to 2007. And what he says here, the .com crashed in 2000, left the Nasdaq down almost 80%, and man, when the domino effect starts, I have seen here and I have seen here domino, and if that domino is not started yet, it's just a regular sell-off is going on. People are pulling the money out of the market right now, and getting cash in hands. But people do have a lot of power right now. Still, people have money in hand. So I discuss about that. Now let me talk about this one, crypto. So
hey Josh, I don't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to let you know that there is a static coming over the Discord and the YouTube, just for your awareness.
Sure.
If you changed anything with your mic or anything, you come in clearly, but there's a constant static. The Twitter, you don't hear it on. Sounds like it's filtering out nicely on Twitter. But just so you know, like as you record the video, you're gonna hear it. I didn't want to interrupt, but just help you out with your quality of your sound.
So it means you think somebody is doing that, or you think from my end is coming out that static thing?
It's definitely from your end. It's only when you're keying the mic, or when your mic picks up on your voice. It usually.
I just changed something. You think now is still doing? No, right? Or yes?
Yeah,
okay.
It's still doing it.
Okay.
Did you change something with your mic setup before this?
Yeah, I just changed my mixer and the sound mixer. So probably that's something changed. It could be bring the change.
Okay. Yeah, and that makes sense. So whatever you did, I would try to undo, because I mean, people can hear. We can hear you good, but it's just constant static every time you key the mic up. But we could hear your voice over it.
Okay. Sorry, man. I'm trying my best, but sometimes the staticking issues on Discord, I noticed that it's staticking on YouTube also.
It's all good. I just wanted you to know about it.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it, guys. I don't have right now. I can end this stream if hopefully I would can if somebody can check on YouTube also. People are typing on YouTube. If anything static, let me know.
Yeah, I got YouTube up too. I check both directions because I watch on the big screen and then I listen to the Discord audio and I muted that and checked it vice versa. It's not on Twitter. It's on both YouTube and Discord.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. All right, so now same thing about the QQQ guys. I draw the trend line here. We are right here at the support area and see what exactly happens, which is around 300 landmark here. So this is probably the time where we consolidating, and few now want to see the rising bottom is happening and how far rising bottom, and we will see accordingly. Okay, so that's how it would be. I would not like to go in short immediately. Let the market go first and let's see whatever they do, and based on that we will go. At this particular time we are right at the landmark area, and that's what I said last week also. So I'm gonna go back to now a little bit about crypto, because a lot of things activity happening is, and people cryptos are like, man, is going up the hook, and people think, oh man, Bitcoin gonna fly to the moon. And I think we have a little trouble going on, guys, on a crypto side, and you hear me out, because this one what happened here, I tweet about it, is nobody talking about, see, some crypto collapse is very near. Why do I say like crypto collapse is very near? And I'm going to talk about it. And I say, okay, so you know that the tether where you want to transfer, these are the stable coins, and then the tether has to be liquid in the company who's managing the tether. They have to have the liquid fund. If the liquid fund is not there, then tether has to maintain the price, and they were not. When it crashed, and now when it crashed, people the crypto goes pretty much a lot of coin go banana, and at that time people lose a lot of money on that cases. So now regulators are working on this, and I think you might hear in a couple of weeks, believe me, man, you might hear in a couple of weeks where crypto will have a big time regulation coming in. And what kind of George regulation will come in? Most likely crypto is not accredited. When it is not accredited, so now crypto people will say, no, we don't care about accredited or not. Crypto is by the people, for the people, that's what we're gonna say. But guys, remember, show me any one country where run by the people only, and keep people go to the things. No, there's always power somewhere. King also has a power. Even politician, democratic country, they also use the power. Remember, guys, you and me do not go and sit down, oh, okay, tomorrow my brother will go, and tomorrow my family will go, and tomorrow my neighbor will go and become a power, right? Use that rules and regulation. No, there is somebody there who using, they are defined, designated people who go there and use the power, whether it's a democratic country or non-democratic country, right? It's power is always remain there, guys. So there is no way that Bitcoin cannot have, there is so anyway, so government there is a rules and regulation. Every country has a rules and regulation, and that's how it works. So though we say that, hey, it has to be defined, this and that, but government will not allow like that to be overpower there. What happened to this? Or how many today, what happened, how many people basically died in this weekend? A lot of shooting happened, guys. I don't know you guys know or not, but a lot of places, in a church, somebody shoot around, I guess I heard. If you see that, so people are like, I don't want to go into Twitter, man, I don't want to go and show you too many things, but that thing happening right now, shootings, right? But can we ban the gun? We could not do it. 80% people want to ban the gun. There might be some people here say, hey George, what are you talking about, man? We need to have the gun, right? Even I remember Trump say, hey, we should give a gun to the teacher, so if anybody has a gun, we can just kill the student if he comes with the gun like that, right? See, this is what is right now going on. So 80% people want the gun ban, but there are people who believe in, say, hey, this is my amendment and rights, and I like to have my gun, right? So that's what is happening. But so 80%, despite 80% people don't want gun, can we ban? No, right? Same thing here in crypto, guys. Government, there is, when the government want power, guys. Okay, people who wants, they will not you will not have that happening, living their power, though they will pretend, they will speak this, that. Bottom line is nothing. You not gonna gain anything, man. You and me will die 10 years, 20 years, or whatever, we go through this process, and bottom line is gonna be all, even EV not coming, forget about it. Just imagine EV not coming, same thing, it will be here also. So we just need to trade, like, you know what I say, trade Bitcoin. The moment you become fall in love with the Bitcoin, the moment you become superstar and dream about it overnight, and it's gonna be $1 million, and Kathy Wood and Tesla, Elon Musk, man, we gotta be those people. We need to, those are our indicator. We can't just react based on that and become a diamond hand. You follow? That's what I like to teach you guys. Don't become a diamond head just because they are superstar. You know, they are our indicator. You play, you can trade accordingly, you can trade Bitcoin, but you should know how to trade. You can have a cycle. You see this cycle, use that cycle, guys. You know, you can mint money. But the moment you become diamond hand, then you lose, because you saw $68,000 Bitcoin and then you don't sell it, and then it become 30,000. You realize, man, I wish I could have sold it. But then you also remember, oh, remember Kathy Wood told it's gonna be $500,000, so maybe it will go. And then what happens? It keep going down, 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 down. Maybe another goes to 19,000. Oh shit! I remember last time it was $30,000, man. Now I could not sell it. Now it's going to $19,000. You follow? So this is what normally happens in the market, guys. So you have to also be very careful. You have to learn to take the money, guys. Because I notice many people, they come after 10 years, 5 years. Oh Josh, man, I had a crazy profit on my this company or that stock, and now I lost all the money and I'm holding back. Then what's the point? Why you go through all the pain? You holding the stock for 100, or you bought it $100, stock went to $500, you didn't sell it because you want the stock to go $1,000. So again, now and that stock now is $100. So what did you gain? You didn't sell, you didn't gain. Now you're waiting for $1,000, but when that happen, another 5 years you're gonna wait. So it's a pointless, guys. When you have a really crazy profit, why don't you take your money and put it on the side? Don't jump in any bandwagon, right? That's what I like to teach you guys, because this market has the cycles, guys. You can go through the cycles and, you know, learn the cycle, because economy cycle is important. Right now we are not regular market age. You have to understand the economy cycle. So what do you mean economy cycle, guys, Josh? So right here, I like to show you guys. You remember I said monthly chart. Let me take this is 1 month chart. Monthly, each candle represent monthly. So we coming out of from here 2009. Look at this trend line. I draw all the way from 2009, and this is parabolic move happens. Right here, we happen here also little bit into, you know, 2085 right here. I won't be able to go much further, because that time market was not like, but we did. If you look at it, we did correct it right here. You see this? Look at the line. You see this, and we broke through that trend line here in 2008 right here. Sorry, 2008. 2008 we broke the trend line right here. That was the parabolic move. And then so what happened? Whenever the linear line tested right here, over here we bounced, over here we broke. Same thing here now. Again, there's always cycle, guys. 10-15 year cycles goes through, you know, and I think that could be the time right here. Remember, this is, guys, I'm talking about, this is very, very important chart right now. I'm showing you, okay? And this is what it looks like to me right now, because we broke the trend line. I draw the trend line here too. You see this? I don't want to go here because then you're gonna go down, but I'm just still even from here to 2020 trend line. If I draw, we broke right here, we broke that, and it's going down. So as you can see, everything is technical. If you look at these big, you know, all the way, so 80% stocks are right now, you know, bad territory right now. That is the reason I think that too. So you know, these are you know, when I look at this monthly chart, man, these technical can be very, very strong technicals than a daily chart. Remember, monthly charts and daily, monthly chart represents stronger number than the daily charts. Same thing applies to 5-minute charts and daily chart. The daily chart represents the stronger number than the 5-minute charts. So if you look at this monthly, you know, I feel like, you know, I just showed you right here, guys. I'm going back to all the way 87. If you take a look at it, see what it did. It bounced from here, but it did not. Over here it broke. So in 2000 .com bubble, Y2K, it bounced, and then 2007 we crashed, right? Same thing over here. We had too much pumped up the money here in the economy. So, but this time we are more vulnerable. Why? Because this whole GDP, as I showed you, GDP is down, China is down, Russia is also down, Ukraine is down, Sri Lanka, many countries are all down, but our market wanted to fly because it is just like everything is looking good, and blooming spring came out and look like nice and shiny, right? No guys, this is all inflated because our GDP has to grow with it. If you ask me, our GDP has to go with it in order to do that. This is without GDP, whatever it happened. So eventually this balloon $5 trillion we pumped up from 2019, 2020 I would say, from 20, and that is highly inflated guys, because we supposed to start the QT in 2019, and then the pandemic started. We did opposite and we pumped up too much money. So that's why I believe that QT has not started yet. When that, and there is QT, remember, whenever quantitative tightening happens, Fed rate can be priced in. What am I priced in, Josh? So let me understand people, because people who in the market, and sometimes they don't know what is priced in and what is in the not priced in, priced in and not priced in. So whenever we have the federal rate, Fed comes out and say, hey, we have minutes and we have meetings. So in minutes they mention, okay, we might have these are the plan, probably we're gonna go to the next 2 quarters or next 2 months, we're gonna have a half a handle Fed rate we're gonna be. So right now 3 quarters they already announced, and then probably they said they will be priced in another, they said we're gonna do another half a handle every minute, every meetings probably, right? So if that happens guys, so that's market, and now what our market is reacting. So we can consider, okay, that's priced in because we already knew Fed said that we're gonna do this. So if that happens, based on that you react on FOMC. That's called priced in, because market accepted that is, that's what the Fed rate going to be there. Excuse me. Sorry. So now, but we're talking about the QT. QT is not like it's just an announcement. QT is the one who Fed has a balance sheet, which they already filled up their balance sheet in QT when we were locked down, right? So that, and on top of that, they had it at that time $4 trillion they had it, and they're supposed to shrink it in 2019, and they could not because of the pandemic, and they inflated more into the market, and they made it around $9 trillion, over $9 trillion right now. So now they have no choice but to, this is what they happen now. Look at this, keep going. So now what happens is they have to shrink it. When they shrink it, what happens is people will lose the power. And that's where market makers right now pull. Right now, whatever sell-off is going on, if you look at here, daily chart, the sell-off is going on because of the smart institution money. They first pull out the money. Okay, first they pull out the money, and then slowly earning starts in the second quarter, and then the number comes bad, and whatever would happen, and then they lay off the employees. Right now, labor market is strong, but I did tweet about labor market too. I want to show you that guys too. I don't know, did I tweet about it? I think I tweet. I want to show you that. So let's see what I showed you on the what did I mention about the labor market? Labor market right here, see this. So what I say this, right now Fed says right now dancing on the floor because of the labor market is strong and the economy is strong. That's what Fed says. But I think if you ask me, economy is not strong. Why not strong? Because that's like you inflated. When you inflate something, you inflate the balloon, then that's not the right, because you need everything by the cycle. When me, everybody go to the work, we produce a good, we produce service, we produce some result. That result goes to logistic, goes to the distribution. Then it's like a chain cycle, right? It has to go through the cycle, so everybody benefit, and we spend money, and then everybody spend money like that. But that's the right way to do it. But if government keep giving money to us and we sit down at home, then why do we need, right? Why do we need economy? Why do we need cycle? Why do we need GDP, right? That's what exactly happening right now. So what happened is we were locked down, and they gave us a lot of money, and these money is right now powered up the market, and that's what is happening. So we need to bring that down, and there is no other choice but to do it. And that's dangerous process right now we have, guys. Very dangerous. We supposed to do it in 2019, we did not do. So we jack it up double. That pressure is now more double. That's what I can tell you right now. So see what happening is, because I like to now, I feel like that because technology, there's a lots of job opening. I was asked today, I went for my we went for volleyball. We every day go with my friends and then they are all in tech industry. So they were telling me there's a huge demand for jobs. So I believe that there's a huge demand in the technology side. But when I look at here, these numbers coming in, excuse me, let me drink water. If you take a look at it here, and people are getting laid off, as you all know that slowly. Remember the Carvana came out and they announced that we're gonna lay off 2,500 people. Slowly you're gonna see start laying off. So the numbers are telling here. So when we were in 2020, when we locked down, look at the number layoff, and then slowly hiring started in 2020 because a lot of money pumped into the economy. But now look at the bars are going up. You see this? So slowly bars are going up. So we're gonna keep eyes on it, and I think and I'll show you something why I think like that. Just to give you an idea, Amazon is the biggest company in here, right? They hire tons of employment, right? And what I noticed, I'd always go through so many balance sheet, guys. So I know something is cooking, and I tell you something. I'll show you. Look at this Amazon earning. If you take a look at it, 27 billion a quarter. Sorry, 137 billion a quarter revenue was in previous, not the last one, but to previous earning, which was December, Christmas time. So this is Christmas sale, 137 billion they're expected for that particular quarter, right? And their EPS, look at the EPS, guys, $27, $28 EPS, right? $28 they were expect and they achieved. Now look at what exactly happened here. This quarter just now announced, which is the first quarter of 2022. Remember this number, 137 billion, and EPS, earning per share, which is very important here. What is earning per share happens because this is revenue, but then we have to minus lot of expenditure, guys, then only this number arrives. Okay, look now, check this out, 116. So they almost lost about 20 billion, B as in boy, 20 billion right here on revenue. Maybe Christmas time, so we understand maybe this is slow time, but revenue went down a lot. But they look at the EPS, because revenue you can play with it, okay, but EPS is important because you have expenditure. So when you minus the EBITDA, and if you minus all this, and that's how your EPS comes out. And when you take a look at it, your EPS is negative, guys. They were expected, remember what they were expecting here, EPS was estimated was 361 and reported 27 right here. The EPS was great, $27, 361. Over here their expected was $8, and they came out negative, guys. You know what is negative means? They are losing tons of money right now. So Amazon is saying that we are losing tons of money because of this minus EPS. Based on this EPS right now, if they continue like this, and they were expecting $8, now they are expecting 367. So if they continue this process, so you think Amazon would have a more sell, $116 billion, which was last quarter, and this quarter they're going to have 116 billion, or they're going to have a less? And I think if they're going to have a less, if that happens, then EPS, if their EPS they don't match, I would not pay $1,500, guys. Okay, I'm just telling you, if these continue like this, the $1,500 is too high for the Amazon for me, just to give you idea. Okay, but it doesn't have, so that's why this sell off started. Look at that sell off from 33, and that's what I've been saying from here. I said about Amazon that this is cooked up balance sheet on this earning. I was saying cooked up, and I've been saying this is gonna go downhill, and that's what exactly price I was predicting, 2,300 my price was. And I made a video on YouTube. You can go and take a look at it. A few months ago, that time I did not have the Twitter space, so I made the video also, and I said what Amazon deserve to be, and that's what the price is on Amazon right now. So but based on this, maybe market consolidate a little bit here or there, but at the end, but bottom line is long run, I think Amazon is going down. Is expensive, though many people believe in. But one thing I remember, when Amazon comes under the discretionary goods. So if you go to sector, and if I go here, so 1 second, bear with me. So these are the area we need to focus on. Many people say this is sector we always look at whenever the sector happens. So I go by monthly, weekly. So let's go by 1 month. Consumer discretionary, look at that. 1 month they went down to 16%. What is highest went down, guys? What do you see, guys? You see this sector rotation 15-16% down. Highest rotation is what is consumer discretionary? Amazon. Look at Amazon and Tesla. You see this Chipotle, Amazon, Tesla comes out. So they're gonna take the air out of the balloon of here, and that's what it's doing. And when we trade, this is what we know. That's how we trade, guys. I just want to show you, those who are joining first time here or new or not, but I like to show you. I like to show what market makers are doing. You know, we don't want to go what I think. I don't want to go what social media thinks. I want to do what market makers are doing, and that's how we trade. And see, that's why we were shorting Amazon from the top. We shorted Tesla also. Whatever they do, when they buy Tesla, they're gonna buy Amazon. Will buy that too. But right now they are not buying. They are doing some opposite. So we're gonna do exactly opposite. Whatever they do. That's what I teach. Let them go first, and we'll go behind, and we'll something do like that. So right now you see this is what exactly happening, guys, right now. So consumer discretionary probably have a more room to go down, if you ask me. Same thing. Remember, technology has a lot of room to go down. But if you take a look at it 5 years, not the 5, but I would say technology, look at the jump, 144%, right? That's why they're gonna take the air out of the balloon on here too. Same thing, consumer discretionary. Some product will go, but they don't have the 2 years, 3 years. So but yeah, slowly what I think is here too. So right now energy was down. Remember, energy was down. Now energy is up, but it's been quite a bit up right now, energy also. So that's what I can think here, because of this balance sheet is horrible, and China is locking down. And you know, if you look at Amazon, look at the Wayfair, guys. You know, why? Look at the EPS, negative $1.96. I would not give a $10 if this is the case on this stock. You follow what I mean? And that's what is doing stock. Why? Because all these negative EPS. That's why I say, guys, you know, in this market condition, these are all inflated stocks. So these are consumer discretionary right here, Wayfair also, and that's what the air is getting out of the balloon. Believe me, man, I have seen when market collapse, they go to $0, they go to $1, $2. We always believe in dreams, and oh, this was a Wayfair, one of the company, man, it was a strong company. What happened to them? Really, I have seen those company disappears, guys. Big strong name will disappear when really domino effect happens. You know, domino effect is not started yet, but that can happen too. So you know, the many company can wiped out if the economic goes in a turmoil. So, and I think that's why I like to keep eyes on, because the moment the labor market has a going down, I mean the labor market goes down, then we could be in trouble. Because right now every time Fed comes down and say labor market is strong, but every area labor market is strong because of the inflation right now. I understand. You can go down, but at the end, if the company cannot perform well, their earnings are going horrible. I mean, every company earning is right now going down, but these numbers only you and me know. But slowly company will see it. So you think Wayfair gonna hire it this time? They're gonna increase their hiring, or they're gonna firing? Imagine this earning right here. You see this $2 negative EPS, and if they want to survive next quarter, what they're gonna do? They're gonna fire. They're not gonna hire, guys. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. So it will start from the sector, consumer discretionary. Slowly different sector, these sector will not fire, they will hire, because they are gaining ground right now. They're gaining. Consumer staple, they are gaining. Financial is losing right now, so they will be firing slowly. You know, the area which is suffering, right here, the area which is last 1 month they are suffering right here, real estate, they will be firing. Technology, they will be firing. So many financial area will be firing slowly. When you got to give a couple of quarter, guys. It doesn't happen overnight, but market already started reacting. I just want to show you market reacts, guys. So that's what is happening. So we will go with, we have to analyze long term. So that's what I say, we analyze day. We do streaming live every day, and we do day trade also. We do swing trade also. Swing trade mean to say, hey, I like to trade something for 1 month, 2-3 weeks, or 3 months, 2 months, like that. Then we have different strategy to trade. That's what I analyze like that. Then somebody wants to trade, oh, I want to just buy it for today and I want to exit in today, or buy this week only, then it's a different trade. Or maybe intraday, may just want to scalp it for a little quick, then it's a different kind of risk, right? Every thing is different risk involved and different way to analyze. So that's what we are good at it. Those people who join first time here, most welcome. We are always go live. Market hours open, we are live on YouTube as well as on Discord as well as on Twitter, and you can interact with me every time. So we analyze in a different ways using different tools. As I said, that we use not just this, I use the financial, we use geopolicy, we apply so many other parameters, indicators, technicals, and that's how we analyze on it. So I mean, based on this right now, that's what I can think right now. So what I was trying to show you is Bitcoin. Let's go back to Bitcoin. So this is the labor market I was talking about, and talking about the Bitcoin. So now, as you can, what exactly happened on a Bitcoin was, I think I already discussed about the Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is basically all these crypto guys, they come first to collapse. Now many people don't like it because they are blind follower guys. But look guys, I was the biggest bull on Bitcoin. I believe in technology, and that's what I was. But I burned a lot of money in Bitcoin, guys. Just to let you know, 2017 I'm into Bitcoin. Before that, I used to follow Bitcoin. 2013, I would say 2015, 2016, I used to do a lot of following on Bitcoin, but I did not buy. Okay, but I used to follow a lot on Bitcoin. So based on that, I'm just telling you guys that I learn out of it that this market, we have to understand the social media also. So I do analyze a lot of social media, guys, and that's how I came across that. Hey, we do not want to be like immediately anything bullish on it. Just a second. Okay, sorry, wife came to bring me the food. I'll eat a little bit later. Okay. Sorry, yeah, I'm back. So yeah, so based on the I'm talking about the Bitcoin, what we need to do is we need to wait for, you just trade as it comes. So let's go back to, what happened to Luna, what happened to let me show you. So what I'm not gonna go and focus on Luna or any other cryptos, guys. They are all going down basically. It's gonna happen. People say I want to buy these. Yeah, you can trade whatever you want to trade on it. Bottom line is, but I want to focus more on crypto side because mining stocks and all. So right, as you can see right here, you see this our trend line we draw, and when we were here at $48,000, I announced, guys, sell your Bitcoin. I tweet about it, and I mentioned those who are live, and I said here, hey, sell. We are selling right now, and this is the only opportunity you have to get out of it, Bitcoin. I announced very like using a big mic and say, hey guys, please get out of it. And we sold on Bitcoin right here, and I did tweet. You can go back to my date, look at the date on the bottom right here. I said go around this time, 29th, and I announced get out of the Bitcoin. Right here, get out of the Bitcoin. 30th March or 1st April, I announced we must get out of the Bitcoin, and we sold it. And since then, look what happened. And I at that time, there are people who are in the community. You will be able to. Right now, they are not. I'm gonna open it up, but there's a lot of people they traded, and I told them here we're going to test 29,000. 29,800 I said, and we exactly what I said it did, and now we are consolidating. You see this, and probably some point of time I think we are going to test $19,000. So you might not believe, guys, but my thesis, I don't just apply technicals, guys. Okay, remember, I do not apply technicals when it comes to top trading, guys. I deep dive in so many parameters, guys. Based on that thesis, I'm telling you guys, this is going to test it. So if you ask me, Josh, how much strong are you on testing this price? If you ask me, guys, believe me, I feel like 100% on this one. This is going to test this range, 19,000. I feel like that. So people who did not believe here, right? People now will not believe me here because they think this is support, because they think, oh, it's gonna bounce, because there's always in the market, social media is bulls and bear, and there's a lot of headline will created, and this is the bottom, and this is gonna go and bounce and stuff like that happens. Remember what did I teach you, guys? Here, this is all rational selling happens, then market always bounce, right? This is all rational actions happen. These all rational actions, and then you overextended, and then it bounced from the support, and then this is all motion. This happens, and then it bounced, and then people think, oh wow, is going to bounce and stuff like that. No, we don't. That's why you need to come to the technicals here and analyze it, and that's how That's how I learned. So slowly, so it doesn't happen one day, guys. Okay, everything doesn't happen in one day. But as I told you, you know, it's coming. There's a tsunami coming in, which is I guess. Fed going to announce, and government going to regulate a lot, treasury going to regulate, and that regulation will come, you will see, man. And you think government wants the Bitcoin to substitute with the dollar? You think government wants Bitcoin? Anybody can think of government want Bitcoin? Many people think, no, who care about government? Well, if you want to be a, you know, if you want to be a diamond hand, man, this is not a community, guys. Okay, one thing I tell you, if you want to be a diamond hand, there is nothing diamond hand, any stock, Tesla, Apple, anything, no diamond hand, because the moment you diamond hand, you lose money. You want to trade cycle. There's a 6-month cycle, there's a year cycle, there's a 2-year cycle, there is at least, you know, 6-month cycle, there will be a 2-month cycle. You trade accordingly. Then then it will be fine. But if you want to be a super diamond hand, say, hey, it's gonna go to the moon and all, man, you're gonna lose everything. People lost shirts and pants because of Cathy Woods and Elon Musk, and everybody turned, you know, pumping. Look at the Dogecoin, right? That's because of their, you know, the. Hold on, man. I want to bring that Dogecoin, damn Dogecoin. Let's see what happened, man. People used to. I have many people in my community also. They used to come Dogecoin right here. Who's losing 70 cents? Somebody bought here 70 cents. Right now, Dogecoin is 9 cents. But he's holding the hopes. Whomsoever would be holding the hopes at this price, right? Guys, holding hopes. So please, you know, these guys don't be foolish because they are pump or dump. Even, do you know how much, you know, Elon Musk sold his stocks from top $1,250? They've been selling, his brother selling, Cathy Woods, everybody keeps selling, and you guys are just going blindfold and just believe him that he's a superstar, superhero, and the Cathy Wood and everything, man. You guys do you benefit doing that? If you don't benefit, don't do it. That's what I like to teach you. Don't do whatever they teach, whatever they see. If you think you're benefiting, do it. But if you don't benefiting, then forget about it, because something is wrong. You need to analyze. So that's what I said. Trade based on, these are our indicator. If Elon Musk and tweets, you use as an indicator and use that cycle and trade accordingly. And that's why we are here too. So that's how I normally go by. So if I want to trade Bitcoin, I trade. We short Bitcoin also, and we become bull also Bitcoin, right? So that's how supposed to be. You know, you can't just simply follow what bull market. Whatever they Elon Musk comes and Cathy Wood comes, and there are so many pumper, like there are a lot of pawn underneath, on a social media. Twitter, if you go, you're gonna find tons of people who are pawn, and they just pump because they don't have the knowledge. They just think about whatever they heard. They don't have in-depth knowledge. They think they have a solid knowledge. Okay, I'm guys telling you, they have a super degree, and they think they are extremely knowledgeable. But guys, when it comes to stock market, I'll bet you, man, 50-60% they are highly qualified analysts. They do not know how to analyze, including Cathy Wood also, I'm telling you. Okay, so if you think they are above the Cathy Wood, imagine them. So there are many people do not know how to analyze the stock, because stock is and stock and crypto, whatever you want, you need to know how to analyze, guys. You have to use different parameters, not only technicals, or not only forecasting. Anybody can forecast for 5 years, and the moment stock goes down in, or crypto goes down in within 2-3 months or 1 year, then from $50,000 to $10,000, who gonna feel the pain, right? So that's why we need to consider as a trade. So you need to use the cycle to make money, and in and out cycle, like 1 month cycle, 2 month cycle, 3 month cycle, and we analyze. Don't be greedy, and if you want to be successful, that's the way to go by, rather than just jumping into the bandwagon and it's gonna go to moon, and then you have to go to the stomach. If you think you have that kind of stomach, go from $3,000 Bitcoin, then go to 70,000, and still you don't sell, and then you still holding here at 30,000, then you think it's gonna go through 19,000 probably, and then again 10,000, God knows. Then how would you feel? You know what I mean? So then what's the point of living your life, right? What's the point of having the life? You go and enjoy the money. If you need to make money. Otherwise, you'll be just like one of the diamond hands, and then you're gonna go through the pain of years and years. I just remind you, 2006, 2007, 2008. It took us 6 years, guys, market to come back to where it was. 2000. I'm talking about not the Bitcoin, but SPY, for example. It took us I'm not gonna go back that too far, guys, but just to let you know, it took 6 years to come back the market, you know, when it crashed. So if you want, I can go back weekly. All right, yeah. Two thousand two, right here. Look, this level we were here at 2007, right here. Look at the date on the bottom. From here, 2007, this level to reach here, 13. 6 years, you see? It took 6 years to come back here. Many companies went bankrupt. This is subprime issue right here, the subprime, where the mortgage market collapsed. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mae collapsed. Then auto industry needed TARP money, and Obama came and helped, and blah 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 happened. But it was a smaller amount that time. We only pumped up the economy probably about less than $1 trillion here, $1 trillion. But right now we pumped up here $10 trillion, almost more than $9 trillion. This move, you know. So anyway, I'm gonna open up the space, guys, slowly, and I will take this questions too. So just a second. TQ. If anybody has question, I guess I'm gonna, you know, I will open up the space. Actually, you know what? Let me open it up the space. I will open up for everybody. Okay. All right, so guys, I can take the questions. If anybody has a question, just go ahead and jump in actually.
I see a question on YouTube I was curious of as well. This James Noons guy asked, Josh, re-show your chart from, I think, 2018 or 2008 when QT started. Spring drop, ... small rally, ... June drop, ... Then summer rally followed by September fall, massive drop, third leg, monthly cycle view.
Yeah. So, but these are, you know, I'm just gonna go to the weekly so they can see that. If you want, I can go monthly, but monthly difficult. I would go. I mean, to see in little bit in depth. You can go. So he wants to go and look at the 2018. 2018, I already talked about it, guys, several times. So I don't know if everybody knows who joined. Those who are joining first time, same thing. So I can, if you want, I can go through the 2018. Start with a little bit. I don't gonna spend too much time on that one, but I'm gonna just show you something. So what is QT would do, those who are joining first time. So this is 2018 right here on your screen. So as you can see right here, when QT started happening, we had I did talk and I did tweet a lot about that time. Then when we did QT right here. Okay, info line right here. So for example, we were here at the top, and how far did we dropped? About 20% from here to here. We drop about 20% from top to here at the QT. SPY dropped 20%. So how about I'm gonna take a couple of stock because Apple is a good company. So at that time, Apple 2018 right here, Apple dropped. I showed this 39% at the QT happened. Apple dropped 39% right here. As you can see, this is daily chart. Okay, each candle. So from, look at the date, from October to this December end, January 3rd, we dropped about, you see that, we dropped about 39%. So something like that happened at that time also. So there are many stocks, they dropped 20%, 30%, 40% like that. Some drops. But this was that time we did not have inflation. We had all the economy was decent. Labor market was also so. The only thing, labor market is the strongest market right now. So, but stronger.
Josh, one thing I think is a key point that I wanted to ask is how long did they know? How long did the market price that in? Because you notice it dropped from a high on the 18. Like you're showing how much it dropped, but how long was that known that they're going to do the QT?
Oh, so there was a QT was going on a little bit. So if you look at this cycle, if you look at here, then market pump again, and then again they did dump. But to come back to the normal, this was a small QT, guys. Okay, it's a $40 billion QT they did, and that to come back to from here to here, which was September to here, is about a year. 1 year it took. From here to here, 2018, it took to come back to the same place. It took 1 year, but that was the only regular QT they did. It was not like how we have a situation like this, We have right now is $9 trillion is a lot, so they have to now dump it, because we supposed to do in 2019 we could not do, so now they have no choice and but to do it. And this would be a big time painful, guys, and that is the big elephant in the room, and I've been saying this a long time. That's why people are pulling money out of the market right now. And but
Josh, do you think that like that correction or crash from 18 and like 2008 and the .com and previous crashes, looking at most of them, they kind of come off of highs prior to crashing. We're not at highs right now. Do you think that that's a factor, that they don't want to bring the market up first before crashing?
Now, right now, but I just give an example. I guess I repeat again, guys. If you can rewind the tape, what I said is about, guys. Remember, now what happened is 10% of the people, those who have a lot of money, they are the one who invested into stock market. The people who go and vote, 90% people, those people, they don't have a stock market exposure. Probably maybe little bit maybe they bought some Robinhood stock. They already burned the money over there. Only the big guy has it. 10% people who hold those stocks, and they don't get affected if the stock market goes 20% down. You think right now the economy gonna collapse? No, those 90% people no. So Fed, I think, realizing that hey, we need to bring this barometer down faster than they thought it might gonna affect to the lower level, but I guess not, because 90% people who don't own the stock. And I guess, but in a couple of quarters, yes, couple of quarter people might have get a little bit affected. Couple of quarter, you're gonna see that in a couple of quarter when companies stop hiring and slowly that would happen, then we probably will be in trouble. So that's why I said the labor data right now, everything looking great. Whatever it looks great, it can change, and I want to keep eyes on it. That's why I said, hey, I like to go first. I like to keep watching, analyzing. First mean to say analyzing to the data, not to take actions, but yes, definitely I like to watch, see what it is happening, and I think I'm gonna keep eyes on it, because though my friends and all, everybody telling me they are hiring people, the people who they hire a lot of people, and those. My friend, they are in a position where they hire hundreds of people, and they say they are not finding the people, but they are in IT only. So I do not know any other areas. Amazon, I would not know. Consumer discretionary, I would not know. But the way I see right now, we could be in trouble based on that. So it's too early. We will slowly keep eyes on it, because we need a quarter. Based on my earnings, I think company is in trouble. Companies are already started in trouble. Probably next quarter, they're gonna analyze all the data, and then based on that, many institutions, they realize, oh damn, these things they are really in trouble. So that would happen probably slowly.
I mean, I think we all get the inflation and interest rates and everything is the elephant in the room, but like the hiring, you just said based off of that, maybe you meant the other stuff. Them hiring, isn't that good? Isn't that a good indicator for the economy if tech's hiring,
So, but remember, inflation also playing a big role, guys, too, right? Because of the, right now, we don't have 8% inflation, 8.5%, guys. We all know that this is all BS number. They are all cooked up numbers. So inflation is way higher there. So what happens if the inflation goes higher? And if you don't, if you ask me, we have some of the jobs, like lower pay job, they are basically they are losing money right now. It's like they are taking pay cut, because how can you survive when you go and all the everything jumped? Probably I would say easy, man, 40-50% everything went up. 40%, I'm not talking about 20-15. I was used to say 15%. No, man, something is 30%. Is like, everything is went up. All the groceries are like, you think 10% they went up, like 10 cents? No, man, they went up 30%, 40% looks to me. Everything is 30, 40, 20, about 20, everything is. And that's the truth. Now, if they want to show us 8.5%, because we all know that what they did the core CPI data, they change it, and they put the rent, homeowner rent, shelter housing data is wrong calculation. So I'm not gonna go into that in too much technicals, but in that side, but that's wrong data they calculated. And anyway, but whatever they did, but inflation is way high, and then mortgage and their market and all. So we analyze a lot of things, and based on that, I'm telling right now, technicals and all the thesis is looking to me is it more downwards. But right now, this week, we have to watch and see how it goes.
Got it. Thanks, Josh. So, in other words, you're saying that all the deprecating factors outweigh, with inflation and interest over the jobs that you hear are in tech that are being hired. That's kind of what I'm gathering.
Yep. Let me take a question from Twitter, guys. A lot of people. Go ahead and jump in, guys.
Hey, Josh.
Hold on a second. Okay, Angela, you go ahead.
Yes.
Then
Josh,
then
this is
Andrews.
great. This is great stuff. I just wanted to ask, how did you get to your Bitcoin level of 19,000?
Oh,
And
absolutely,
what is your time framing on that, if you have one?
absolutely. Let's go through that. Good question. First time Angela here or been here before?
I've been in and out.
Okay.
I am a follower, but I don't get many of your videos. So I'm really going to start staying on top of things. If you, daily stream, would love to hear your stuff. So I just got shot in the foot through this margin call. So I'm,
Oh boy.
yeah. So I'm definitely in your camp of being one of those long time, very heavy tech investor. And yes, gave quite a bit away. And I basically am, wanting to get out of margin 100% right now, and
Boy.
still need to clean up my portfolio. So really appreciate your data.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I had so many people, the only one, but those, many people, they are in heavy on their margin calls and margin activities, and they put their all the cash into it, and they lost a lot of money right now. And they DM me privately, and I couple of them I did tweet hiding their name on it. But people are losing quarter $250,000 million on their margin calls, and because they bought Nvidia and they bought so many other stocks, and just because they're listening to CNBC and Jim Cramer says it's gonna go to moon or we're gonna go to these, and then people 315 300 whatever the price, they used to be top dollar they used to buy, now they are right now kissing the ground. So
Yeah, I mean, I was very profitable in 2020, so I think like, most of us were. So I'm still not down, but I'm getting my priorities in a little bit of a different structure, like completely paying off the mortgage, which I don't owe a lot on anymore, but just closing, all of that stuff out to start from scratch. So
gotcha.
I haven't been through this before, to be honest. So, and I'm very optimistic person, and have definitely been in the bull camp. So, which, why wouldn't we be, right, for the last 10 years? So this whole correction and how to manage that is a little unique. I hate to bail on things, even if, I'm young enough to know to kind of sit through some things. So, I mean, even in an IRA, I don't know if you have any suggestions on, I mean, I have my LLC with my trading account, but I still have long positions like Apple and whatnot. So would even love to get your thoughts on where Apple's going, and again, trying to figure out where I should get out, because I do think we're going to see a little bit of a rally before the fall. That's just my opinion without any data.
So I did I did give my price line for 130. It was the next stop, and I think we already touched down. And then I think if the correction starts, Apple has a lot, because see, Fed wants the Fed wants to remove the power from the people who has the buying power. So for example, if your portfolio, you bought it in 2020 when market dipped down, just like when market crashed right here, imagine those who bought the Apple at $52 after this, before split right here, imagine they have a crazy profit right here till date, right? So they can see your portfolio, people, market maker can see your portfolio is still, looking good, right? Just like yours, there's a lots of people, because they are the one who pump this economy $5 trillion. So they know that now what they started with this cyclical stock first in 2020, they pumped up spec, all the spec stock, and they brought down everything. They brought down in end of the 2020. They bringing down all the retailer stock. They slowly brought it down, and then they started bringing down the spec. Then they brought it down. Blue chip companies like PayPal and all these different stock. We all know Square, PayPal, and Netflix. Slowly they bring it down all the big blue chip company. Then they are trying to bring it down all the mega cap. Mega cap means the people who have a big portfolio, they believe in mega cap only. They don't believe in PayPal, they don't believe in Square, they believe in Apple, they believe in Tesla, they believe in Amazon, like top 10 companies. They have a top 10 company, Google, like that. So those I announced, I don't know you how long you've been following, but I did announce myself and I did tweet that, hey, now this is mega cap will be losing before the earning starts in March end, and I announced, guys, mega cap will be they are highly inflated, and they will take the they're gonna pull the rug. I said they're gonna pull the rug and there'll be no floor. And that's what they've been doing. Netflix went down, this down, that down, slowly, and I said this is happening. So they have to, because in order to, if you have the profit in your portfolio, what are you gonna you're gonna go and buy houses, you're gonna close deals, you're gonna buy cars, you're gonna buy a home, you're gonna renovate your houses, you're gonna do everything kind of thing if your portfolio is good. The moment your portfolio goes down, you're gonna scrap everything what you supposed to do. You're gonna say, you know what, let's wait, right? That's what the market make. This is how they can control the inflation. It's very simple. 1 + 1 = 2. To control the inflation, just like what they did, inflate the economy, they have to deflate. That's the job of Fed, to remove the power and give the power. Right now they are deflating, and that's how they're gonna do. They the steps. They're not gonna come out and tell you that, hey, I'm gonna do to your portfolio and take your money out. No, they don't tell that. But there are smart people who are following me. They came out and say, hey, Josh, I did this, and they came out and thank you. If you can go roll the tape, about a month back also, many people did this whole Google and all. I don't guide them anything, but they were thankful because they analyze, they do their due diligence, whatever I teach here. And I'm sure there's many people who are thankful to me. There's a lot of people, Tesla holder, they are very thankful what I said.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the bulk of my portfolio is Apple, and we're going back to 2000, or long ago, but is Apple, Amazon, and Tesla. But the problem is I kept buying all the way on the way up versus taking my profits, right? So I clearly didn't see the top. Yeah, so
well, now top trading edge, ma'am. But normally we do. I like I said, I was not on a social media quite. I was only using my so WhatsApp group with my few friends and family. But now slowly I realize I see a lot of people, they have followers on YouTube, like 2 million people, and they just pump. They don't use their brains, and then I realize when the social media is the what I mean. What I teach is social media a lot, not only technical guy. I say this now there's another level, another platform which is being created by social media. That you think why Elon Musk wants to buy the Twitter? You think that's just because he wants to buy freedom of speech? No, he knows that how Tesla how he made the money. Do you think he produced so many cars? That's why he made Tesla become rich? No, Tesla was the first meme stock, and then all of a sudden he realized that, look at that platform, because people pump money, a lot of money into the Tesla, and Tesla become $379 to $5,000 stock before the split. Basically, right, 5,000. Then again, Cathy Wood comes out and says Tesla gonna go to 4,600. So that means almost 90, almost like a $8,000 stock. You think Tesla is? No, it's a highly inflated stock, if you ask me. And I've been saying this since many months. But people don't believe, but because they see the projection, I say no. Everything I have gone through my cycle, 2000, 2006, when time arrives, you will see every when market condition change, everything changes, and that's how it happens. There is anything over. I said Amazon is also for 50 time forward P ratio is too high. Same thing, Tesla 100 time forward P ratio is too high. Google is 20 time, Microsoft is 27 time, Apple is 30 time, 29 time. How can I pay 100 time on Tesla? So maybe people are pumping. There will be a point of time. I have seen all everywhere, ma'am. I have seen my 2000 era .com bust. I have seen 2006. When the bubble burst, everything comes with it, and those who are inflated stock, they also go with it. Doesn't matter how big good company it is. That's why I teach here. Do not create the brand in your mind about the name of any company. Just treat them as their balance sheet. If you treat them as their balance sheet, if you treat them as how it's looking, if you trade that, believe me, then you'll be the profitable. Otherwise, the moment you become, you can use as an indicator, one indicator, like okay, Tesla, Elon Musk is pumping, or Cathy Wood is pumping, then you go and use that bottom, whatever you want to use indicator, and you can trade like accordingly. That's how I teach here. But I don't want to use that indicator as a strength and trade, because I have to keep geopolicy in mind too. what are the policies taking place, because geopolitics can overrule all technicals and all financials, and it can wipe out. So
real quick, I mean, so two more questions, and I don't mean to take up the conversation, but I really appreciate your feedback. Yeah, so I mean, does it matter to you if it's a taxable account, right? So I kind of don't care about my
ma'am, I do not like to worry.
15 years.
So I do not like to think of taxable and non-taxable, because that's byproduct. You need to focus on the profitability. You need to focus on your how much money you're making. You got to plan with your CPA how you would be. But when it comes to trading, I always look for how much am I making profit, how much profit we are making, and then I exit like that. That's my thesis of I always look at the support, resistance, and market conditions, and based on that I tell. And that's what exactly doing. That time I don't look at my when I announced Bitcoin 48,000 to exit, and we were trading live, and I said that loud and clear. Then again came back after 3 days, and again I loud and clear I tweet about it. You can go back and check on date right here, and I said that, guys, hey, please, those who not for no, please exit. I mean, I can emphasize, man. These are all I just whatever I feel I say, that technicals, right. But you have to do your due diligence, guys. Remember, it's not financial advice, but I did announce that, hey, look at technicals are looking weak and it's gonna go down. I feel it, and then it's going down, and now I at this time we did not have the market condition, geopolitical condition what we were there, but right now is clouds are getting cleared to me, and we going to have a thunderstorm soon. But many traders, they don't have the knowledge. They always look at the support, bounce here, boom, bounce here. But then when I analyze not only technicals. My strength is varieties, and that's what I apply. And you watch what I said, and some people like to watch until people believe in when they see it. They don't believe in until they don't see it, because they only holding hope, and holding hope is the worst thing to have. And I learned in my life, holding is the hope is the one who make you lose tons of money. And I learned in my life, and I teach that when you trade, make sure there's a hope word is not in your dictionary. Otherwise, that's the word we're gonna make you lose a lot of money.
Yes, no, that's very
take the money and run.
Take the money and run. Yeah, my statement. He knows that. I always tell guys, take the money and run, because that's how this market is now. Because they know this market is not what used to be in 80s and 90s and what this market is all about. They know exactly what you have in your portfolio and where you clicking every time and what you're doing, and they are getting all the data, because I have my big group friends. They are into ITs, and they tell me how things are. And I'm telling you guys, they make a software for big company also, for trading software company. They use those many things. So anyway, I don't want to go into what not, but bottom line is, you got to be smart, man. You can't just be your zone. You got to get out of the zone and think, otherwise you'd be losing money.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely ready. I mean, I'm emotionally there now, right? So after giving some back, so but again, back to Bitcoin. So I mean, I've owned Bitcoin at $500. So I'm just trying to figure out, should I be taking my profits, and how, when you mentioned that 19,000 number, and we're at 31 today. Again, I can see us going up a bit with the market, but then I need to prepare myself to sell and get back in. What I want is a long-term trade or long-term hold. And then also, I've been considering oil leaks. I don't know what you think about that out till next year.
All right, so there are when it comes to Bitcoin, I'm gonna just talk about Bitcoin and then go jump on the oil, because I'm sure there's a lot of people have questions. So I'm gonna keep moving on it. So Bitcoin, I did discuss about it. You might need to mute your mic so people can. Okay. So as you can see that Bitcoin, why do I think that? Because I do not just technical wise, I looked at it and I see that. But now what I see is anytime market collapse, when the clouds are getting darker over our head, when economy is, because I do talk a lot about the the market condition. We have a big elephant in the room, about the bond market, which has been inflated last many years, 20-30 years, and $119 trillion bond, and they are all vulnerable because of inflation also. And we have a huge debt also. We have now, when we take a look at the Fed balance sheet, is also $10 trillion. Then we take a look at the mortgage market, $18 trillion. So, and then plus we have a credit market is all vulnerable. So every area I look is pumped up. Everything is like dressed up. So all this dressed up area, it's gonna come down when the policy changes. Just like how market pumped up when the policy changed, when government say we're gonna print another $5 trillion and give it to you guys free, and that's how it got inflated, right? Same thing they're gonna do exact opposite right now, and that's why market is reacting. People are smarter, they're gonna react early. The people who don't react early, they will be holding their bags. That's how it happens. And I'm showing you 2006 how many years it took. I've been saying this. I've been saying this, guys. Since last year. And some people don't realize it. Some people realize it. I can't go and press the button. It's up to them. But I tell people to educate yourself, and I teach you. And now that's what I think. So probably here, because Bitcoin is not accredited, is not. Whenever I give example, very clear example. How many shootings are happening in America? Like every day, every weekend, lot of shooting happening. People have a guns, kids have a gun, and they go and shoot. But I give a simple example. And 80% people of America, if you do poll today, say 80% people want the gun should not be in people's hand. But can we block the gun? No, right? That I'm not talking about my point of view. I'm talking about overall point of view. We cannot. Why? Because of politics. I'm just giving you example. Politics plays a big role. So you think politics will allow the Bitcoin to be accredited? No, because then the power will be gone from their hand. You think government allow? Just like that. Okay. So we are not fighting here. The government go and they block the gun. They're not gonna crazy benefit. But imagine here, if they allow this, they're gonna lose their biggest power in their hand. They have biggest power is money, guys. You know that. Then second power is energy. First biggest power is money. And that power, if that power goes away, then you do not have the power pretty much. So if anybody need to, you have to go, you have to think out of the box. Forget about the Bitcoin right now. You have to think out of the box. You have to analyze different ways. And that's what I'm telling. Because whenever the recession start, we do not have the recession right now. Whenever the recession start, the first will go away from our hand would be Bitcoin, because that's the government. Government would hate that, and they can take like this down. They can create any single headline and say, hey, we're gonna do this regulation, and that regulation you're gonna see everything will tank. Then can tank like that. I have seen in 2018 there's a lot of used to be many things, and I used to be a bullish all time, like hardcore follower, like a diamond hand type of guy. Then I learn everything, and I'm telling you that hey, this is all policy. You have to. They can overrule everything. Even everything can be overruled. So that's why I think a calamity is coming, and that calamity will wipe out this. That's what I think. You have to do your homework, ma'am. This is not financial advice. You make sure you do your homework. Talking about energy I think is overextended for me, but that doesn't mean energy cannot go up. Energy can go up. I do not want to burn my hand in it. I like commodities. Commodity is more stable. Whenever the recession comes, commodity always holds value in that time, because everybody needs commodity. Energy will be play, but it's right now. Anytime I take a look at it, energy is like parabolic move happen. So and that doesn't mean that energy cannot go. That doesn't mean energy cannot go up. It can go up, but whenever is parabolic move, any stock I look at it, energy, parabolic move, I don't like to get into the, like for example, let me show you. Energy is right here. Look, any stock I can catch right here for a Valero. What is the VELO? Valero. Let me check. VALERO. Valero right here, for example, this stock, right? Look at the parabolic move. So when stock coming in is moving like this, right? Same thing. Was it Devon Energy? Look at this. Everything is parabolic move, right? When a parabolic move happens, what I do is, I might gain 10%, 20% from here also, but then the chances of going down if some changes happen in war cuts down and Putin died, or maybe due to his blood cancer he has and he goes away, whole 360 change happen. this and I don't want the rug to be pulled underneath my legs, so I don't go in too much into it. Yeah, if you what I teach here is that always don't put your all eggs in one thing. Just go build it slowly because this is anything overextended. People gonna tell you it's gonna fly to the moon. Bitcoin goes to 60,000. They're gonna say it's gonna 100,000. When 100,000 is gonna say it's gonna be $500,000. That's how this social media is. You need to analyze yourself how much you want to overextend yourself to get burned if something happens or not. Your safety is priority, right? How much you can afford to lose when something happens like that, because there is nothing like that. Always keep going up and up and up. Everything goes up and go down too. So many stock, for example gold, like right here, gold, look at that, what happened. Gold, bam, they were bringing down. The gold supposed to go up, but they're controlling. I mean, I don't want to talk too much about gold today, if anybody, but there's a lot of commodities are BTU. Look at this, coal is also, they bring it down a little bit. But yeah, so I'm more long on commodities than energy. But yeah, energy would be in a huge demand, I agree. But if some equation change, if political equation comes out and changes anything, I will be burned, and I don't want to do that. That's the only reason, because there's a little risk. There's a little risk involved in that, because I like to catch the flight, which flight reach to my destination. My destination is to become green. So if I like to be green, I don't mind which flight I'm catching, whether it could be energy, it could be commodity, it could be any other technology stock I short. Bottom line is green, so I go in that route, safety route I like to pick. So that's the only reason I would limit myself into energy at particular parabolic move. Like, remember when I said that whenever some parabolic move happen, there is always linear trend line can go with the support, and then it breaks like this. You see this parabolic move, then I draw my trend line. If the trend line breaks, then it goes through the consolidation, because it broke. Its tops are falling. You see tops fall, and then I got to wait for it again. It's all about timing. So that's what I think on energy. When it happens, then I could be one of them. I don't want to be like this. So yeah, that's my thinking. That doesn't mean energy can go up. I'm not saying right now the theses are telling that it can go up.
Josh, what you think for tomorrow for Amazon and Google?
Okay, tomorrow market, I mean right now market, remember guys, this is market is right now over, like I just today in the morning I said about it, remember, that is we are oversold category right now we are into. So market, the way sell off happened based on technical, I'm telling you, the tops are falling, and then we overly extended Amazon right here, and that's why it's kind of bounce here. So these are all rational action happen. Now basically what happened is, but so these are not correct price when it overextended sell off happens, right? Because this normally never happen here like this. It just small happen, then again bounce, and then, but this time is doing like it did too much, gap down and go. Amazon gap down and go is not right. So but it happened because of the people take their emotional actions, and that's what happened. Then market also goes and oversold territory, then again they have to cover. That's normally happens. So for this week I want to see what exactly market makers are right now game plan. That this is not regular consolidation, probably they want to bring the power down, but let's see. It's a whole new week, guys, so I need to see where the market makers games are. But if you ask me long run, yes, but in a short term, if market maker give a little breather, then this can little bounce. We have the, let me see, where are we? This is already gap. The gap has been filled, so I want to take that out now. So we have Amazon can bounce to 2500 right here. If just in case if market bounce and give a little breather, you can see 2500. Just remember, it's always S&P 500. I always go with the SPY. Market first. So market first, it can bounce up to here, and then remember here also they bounce, then sell off, bounce, sell off, bounce, sell off, right? Lower. So basically lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. But remember, this is these are all rational action happen, right? And now let's see irrational actions and see how far, what not. But then again we're gonna fill up the gas, and then again market can tank. So we're gonna keep eyes on, let the market maker decide what direction, how. That's why I always say whenever you do any action, always make sure options are, you have enough time. Because option, when you play, your option can be 80-90% down when the action goes against you, and then again cycle change, then you can be profitable. That's why I say always have a good time in your hand. Otherwise your premium will be washed. You are holding melting ice cube, you can lose all the money. So Amazon is, like I said, I gave you example. So which other, the Google, right? So Amazon can go up here, and then it's gonna go down. Eventually it's gonna go down, Amazon more. And that's what my thesis, but it's up to you. Short term look bullish, but let's see, it is a whole new week starting. So new week, new option starts. That's why. Google is beautiful. It's consolidating right here in between here. Look at this, how many days. So Google is holding this price, guys, here at 2300 area, 2200 area right here. Because it's undervalued, $20, $20, 20 times. 20 times is fair value. Sometime market crash, it can go back, it can break the floor one more time and go test here, $2,000, something like that can happen, but it's long run. Okay, I'm short term, it is right now consolidating here, right here at this area around 2022 area, so yeah, that's what I think right now here, consolidating this area, Google, at this particular time. It's not going anywhere, it just will be here and there. It's gonna play around, and then it's gonna be lower low. It's just like you see this lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, stuff like that I can see right now. Next.
Question, no?
What's up?
So the MLS, I wonder what you do about trading.
One second, John. I think before you, there was another gentleman, Andrews. Go ahead if you are. Andrew, you might need to unmute your mic.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, I had two questions, kind of the same theme. So, I am wanting to buy, for the portfolio, not intraday or swing trading. I'll do that too. But SQQQ, and then, can you explain the K in that? Because this is more of I'm talking about a 1 year out thing. And then the other thing is the Fed wants to pull money out of the system. I get it. And then they're just waiting for people to come in, and they'll sink it. Waiting for people to come in, they'll sink it, step down. But what if they sink it enough where all the jobs, people are getting fired enough, then they're stuck basically, and they have to do QE or quit sinking it? And so when does that change? I mean, because it's an election year too, so there's some political motivation, but do you think it'll just get dragged out?
I don't prefer anything QE happening, because like I said, election year, and I was just thinking, because market Fed announced that, say, hey, we want to be nimble and stuff like that, but all of a sudden now they're changing slowly. We want to be hawkish. You notice that tone, because they think, they know 10% people who own the entire stock market, they basically, they have the power, not the 90% people. So they're not gonna go in crazy vote. So probably they thinking is market is still holding, even the market is going down, and economy is holding, job market is tight. They care about the job market. So if the job market is holding tight, then they're gonna hammer it down, because they have a big elephant in the room to move around. And the world is in China, every other country in trouble too right now. So they have no choice but to bring it as level as they can, so it can parallel move. And I think they have a big room to go down. They have
what if enough people start getting fired, like huge layoffs or something? They can't do that.
The layoff, yeah. So probably that would happen in a third quarter, fourth quarter too. But anything, remember, when you have a big elephant in the room, how you take it out? There must be something, right? There might be some action, because that's what who brought the elephant in the room? Fed, right? Government. Pandemic, right? So now how you have to take the elephant out of the room. If you don't take it out, then you can continue like what Japan is doing. You can just keep raising the rates, and or what China doing. You just keep printing money and give it to their people and say, hey, shut your mouth. and otherwise I'll shut you off, just like Alibaba.
I think we may be the next Japan, though. Unfortunately, I mean, not to be extremist, but I mean, they're kind of heading their way.
We did last 30 years, if you ask me. That's how all these we've been selling papers, bond, $119 trillion. We've been selling, and we keeping the pressure on gold. So people, all these big, how much 1.3 trillion, 1.3 trillion, 1.6 trillion dollar Japan gave us, because they bond all the treasuries, they bought all the treasuries, and China also did almost 1.2 trillion treasury. So those are just to give you ideas. Just like there are many country on top, there's a many institutions, I'm talking about government. How about the institution? They also buy a bond. So that's why we pile up $119 trillion into, we have a huge debt right now. So every time interest rate goes up, we are suffering right now. So that's why bond market is vulnerable, and that's the big elephant. On top of the Fed balance sheet, okay, Fed balance sheet is different elephant. So we have a bigger problem. That's why I said parabolic move. That's why I keep showing you here, guys. You have to think what I think. This is monthly chart. If I show you, we've been doing this thing many years. Right here, this has been all this 10-year bond, 20-year bond. We are selling from all the way here also. In fact, we've been selling. Why? We've been selling these bonds, so we get the money from the different countries, sovereign countries, local people, local institutions. They've been buying bond, and look at the gold.
Can you tell if they're selling them off currently?
Yeah, Japan already announced they'll be selling off, and they are slowly going off. And who gonna buy? Nobody gonna buy those. They have to sell it off at a discounted price. Why people buy bond? Because they are safe. They are safe because they think that they're not gonna lose the value, but they are losing the value and inflation. So if they give $100 to a government for 10 years ago, 20 years ago, they thought $100 gonna hold the value, and they're getting 1% interest rate, coupon rate for every year. And government keeps $100, and then a 10-year treasury overs, they're gonna give back $100, but that $100 doesn't hold that value what it used to be at 10 years ago or 20 years ago, because of the inflation. Right? That's what is happening.
No, I agree. Yeah, is there something better than SQQQ for? Is it? I mean, if there's a triple leverage bond.
yeah. There's a lot. There's a triple leverage bond. Yeah, right here. So we have is. SQQQ, SRTY. If you want to short IWM, then SRTY. But if you want to bond TZA, let me go back to the daily chart. So this is triple X bond right here, small cap TZ. No, this is TZA. Sorry, my bad. Bond TBT. Where is TBT? Right here. Then TBT, this is a yield one. This is 20 years. Then another one is hold on, TMV right here. This is the bond short. So if you want to short the bond, triple X bear right here. This is triple X bond. This is the best one. When the QT starts, this will fly.
Yeah, I like this.
I like this, right? TMV. Yep. This is the big elephant, like here, this one. You will see this. Watch my words, guys. I rewind my tape. I will rewind my tape after 1 year, and I'll show you what I think. Alright. Next.
Hello. I am wondering about whether you trade off of headlines. For example, India, banning the wheat. Would you buy MOS when the market starts to?
No, I don't go like that. But yeah, there's a long run wheat, commodities. If you ask me about the commodities, I'm very bullish on wheat, and I think it was $9 wheat at that time. So let me see wheat right now how much it is. Look, it's already when I announced it was right here. This area breakout happened, and then it was flying high. Since then, it's going to keep going up. So wheat, food, everybody need. How many times cycle we have? 3 times people need food, right? That's the highest consumption. That's why wheat is flying. So, but again, there's always pullback happens, but eventually it can go up because everybody need food, and how many population we have in the world. So yeah, and based on India announce, I'm more just like, but market maker, they will do opposite tomorrow when they know that the news comes out, and they might pull back. So that can happen too. So always wait for a pullback. Never buy on a green day. It's not a financial advice. Do your home due diligence homework before you enter it. But yeah, I'm bullish on a wheat. That's what I've been saying. This about look how long it's been, about 2 months now, and it's happening right in front of us.
For MOS, I noticed I'm also bullish on the commodities and wheat, but I did notice that there's a head and shoulders pattern. So do you pay attention to patterns like that?
I do a little bit, but I don't apply just only technicals when it comes to the long term. But unless if you want to do day trade, swing trade, I do keep I like to keep everything intact. When we trade, I like to, when I'm anything I have to hold it overnight, I analyze yeah, all the windows. So I don't want to get pulled rug and something happens when I'm sleeping, man. Um, so yeah. Next. Guys, those who wants to speak, make sure you unmute your mic. Meantime, I will take a question from YouTube, I guess. I hear you okay. Let me see if anybody has a question. Josh, too many things here on YouTube. SPY 420 Friday, QQQ 320 Friday. Okay, SPY. I mean, we already went through SPY, so I'm not gonna go back there. SPY 420. SPY is 410 right here. That's the support resistance. This is the major area, 410. You need to break that, then only you can fly back. So I want to be I'll be watching because the new week starts. So I want to watch, see how far it goes. Okay, so right now it looks bullish to me. Bitcoin going to $12,000. Okay. Bullish for oil. Okay, commodity shipping. You guys think? Yeah, I mean, yeah, commodities and all this oil. They are right now bullish. But I overextended. I little. I like pullback. When it is overextended, I like pullback to enter. That's what I think.
Hey Josh.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Sigma, how are you?
Pretty good. How are you? Did I miss the show?
Did I miss the show, man?
How long ago did you start?
I started now almost about to end. It's 7 o'clock we start.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Okay.
9 o'clock. But yeah, it's YouTube. It's recorded. It's going to be recorded. You'll be fine.
Okay.
You'll be
So
recorded.
the futures are up now?
The future looking, boy, futures are up. I saw in a little bit, but yeah, futures are up right now. Nasdaq is up 0.66%, and SPY is up 0.29%. So let me see the futures. Anyways, so you can see futures. Yeah, right here. Yeah, Nasdaq is up 0.63%. S&P 500 is up 0.27%, and Dow Jones also 0.18%. Right now, futures are up because we have. Remember, I think it's very important if you want to analyze it. If you want to go back to the video today, I mentioned about it. It's all overextended, and I think it's gonna be bouncing a little bit. Yeah.
You think the bear market gets a little overextended, or this rally we had on Friday is?
I think it was important session Sigma mentioned today. So this one was, like I said, it's been overextended, and that's what normally when we break the trend line, and that's called rational move because due to the emotion, people go and sell off, and that's what we break the trend line. But then it bounced back, right? Because of this whole scenario, we broke the trend line, and then it bounced back. So this is a call, corrections. Price correction happens because people need to cover the short, what the positions are, because this is all rational moves, and then again slowly we're gonna go back to the trend line, and then again fill up a gas, and then again go down. So this is how higher low. I mean lower high, lower low. Same thing, lower high, lower low. same thing, this is overextended. Same thing, it's gonna go, and then again, it doesn't happen overnight. Look here, how many days we spend, 9 days here, same thing here, 9-10 days. So we couple of weeks we also spend here. You know, that's how I think we might few days here too, this area.
Do you see us breaking above 410?
Right now, my main major, we have a lot of resistance here, guys. You look at this 1, 2, 3. So we have this area. I think let's see what the game plan is, because it's a new week starting. If it's a week, middle of the week, we would know. But this is the new option week starts, right? That's the reason we want to go one step at a time. So this is the major resistance right here, 410. Okay. But if you ask me, you know, let's see how their game plan. I think they can. Right here, I draw the line here, and I draw this could be the one. 410, I can see if they can take it or not. We have one resistance, second resistance.
That line just below it, is that 405? What is that, 406?
This one is $407, 407, which I see tomorrow. Tomorrow they can break probably and see what happens, and then they may take it to 411 right here, 410, right here, this is area, 410, 411 area right here, 411. But then something I can show you, something what I notice is, you know, there's a crazy activity happen. But again, this is, I want to show you.
That 4010 is what you really want to see a close above it.
One second. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna I always look at the flow also, see what are the flows coming in, and let me show you something. Look at this. I did not. What happened now here? This damn thing doesn't work, mouse. Okay, sorry. Let me bring another window, then I can show you. I was looking at the flow of the market flow, and see what actually happening on it, and I noticed something unusual activity which I did not discuss, but I can. Normally I talk on when we are live, but right here. Why this is not opening? This thing is not opening, man. But okay, let me bring the picture and I can show you what I mean. You know, I have it here on my. So Discord people won't be able to see this picture, but you know, right here, look at the SPY put flow. You see this activity, May 20, $385 puts. Look at the activity. 75, almost 75,000 plus 47. Open interest is 72,000 already, plus 47,000 entered yesterday on Friday. So there's a lot of activity happening for 2 weeks away. Look at this unusual activity. If you go and check any other strike price or any other date, you're gonna see 5,000, 11,000, 12,000. But over here you see hundreds of thousands this far, which is unusual activity on SPY. When you see these numbers, unusual. Okay, so that's why we need to keep it in mind. So we will see, keep analyze. Let's see what market maker. I mean, looks like they are far away. Remember May 20. They have the stomach to play.
What's the ratio from calls and puts?
Calls and puts right now. If you want me to go into the calls and put ratio by the SPY, look at the SPY. So calls and put ratio, if I show you here the heat map. So if you look at these are the puts right here, puts right side, and the calls are left side. So if you look at the 396, 31,000 puts, but these are dark pool data only. Okay, these are only dark pool data. Is 31,000, 25,000. So around 400 strike price. There's a bunch of activity here, whereas call is less than the puts. So if you look at the puts are 1 week, 2 week, 3 week. So look at the activity here. So third week has a more activity, which is now this is over. This week is over. So this will be now in the play. These over here, more activity.
Do you follow or look at the implied move based on what do you call it, implied volatility?
Do I what? The implied volatility that changes, man. That we don't right now is very on a SPY. You're not gonna.
Based on the Friday's close, if you pull up the SPX, the implied move is $132 and 75 cents, and it can be in either direction from Friday's close.
We need to look at the VIX. I look at the VIX, man. So if you want to check, I look at the VIX for the short term right here, the S&P 500 short term, and is the market did not. So VIX went down a little bit more comparatively, if you analyze it. So I feel look at the last 4 days, the VIX went down. Though market did not go down, market was overextended, so that's why VIX volatility went down more. So maybe VIX can test here around 25. Let's see. We're gonna keep eyes on it.
Hey, do you have your thinkorswim handy on your computer?
No, I do not, because if I open it up, it crashes up my computer, and I have a lot of other screens. Yeah. If anybody has question, let me know, guys. Okay. Somebody, Zahir, Kevin, Josh, you not buying the tradable long this week? Tesla 850 SPY to 420. No, I'll be not jumping anything early, guys. I always believe in going one step at a time. Let the market maker decide which direction they want to go, and then I'll decide. Yeah.
Hi, Judge.
What's up, man?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Oh, good. Any thoughts about Robinhood since the crypto guy took a stake?
No, man. That could be a headline. So Hood is gone for the. I mean, it's a good shot if you ask me.
Oh yeah, I did actually what you recommend. Like on Friday, I took the money and I ran. So. Because I don't know what's going to happen on next week, so.
Oh, okay. Because anything on a news, market maker, they do opposite, or maybe they set up a trap and then they reject. So we'll see what they do. Maybe right now market looks bullish, so they might hold it here a little bit and then they dump it later. But Hood will not, because they're horrible balance sheet for. I cannot go long on Hood.
Thank you, Josh.
No problem. Thanks. Yeah. Next, guys.
Hey, Josh, could you pull up a Tesla chart?
Tesla.
And then pull up. Yeah, put 1 second. If you pull up a Tesla chart on a, if we start on a daily. Just 1 second. I just want to see what your screen looks like. I was watching my phone. I'm just gonna get you on my computer, and then just 1 second. Okay, so if you go to a daily chart, maybe can you zoom out a little bit?
Daily chart?
Yeah, so that we can see.
Okay.
I want to be able to see between. Zoom out so we can see between like 2020 and 2022.
2020? You mean the previous right here?
Yeah, on the daily. I want to see see the little magnifying glass. Yeah, zoom out. So where we can see like 2021 on the chart. Yeah. So if we, and then you see where you have right below the trend line, you have that other you got on your toolbar. Sorry, if you're on your toolbar on the left, you see your toolbar on the left hand side where your thinkorswim. Right below, you see where you have your trend line at the top. Not the top. Go up. Your toolbar on the left, where go down one below the trend line.
Fibonacci.
No, one more below that, and then one more below that. Yeah, and then no, one more below that. Yeah, that one. So where you have that, if you change that one to rectangle on the side, yeah, click on the side of that with the side arrow and change it to rectangle. Rectangle, yeah.
Elliott wave you're talking about?
It should be, no, sorry, go up one, above the T, where you see the T on the toolbar.
Oh, okay.
On the side. No, up, yeah, that one. And then go to rectangle. No, it's the third one from the top.
I got it.
Yeah, right there. And then turn your magnet on. Your magnet on the left toolbar. It's the fourth one from the bottom, fifth one from the bottom. See the magnet?
Yeah.
And then put it on weak, so it's on weak, not strong.
On a week, or you put it on a week?
Yeah, put it on weak strength. You can select on the sidebar, so it's on weak. No, like the magnet strength on weak.
Oh man, no, don't go on a weekly. You can go on a daily.
Yes. Go back to the daily. Go back to the daily.
Okay.
And then where the magnet is, there's a little side arrow again. If you press the side arrow magnet, yeah, the little side arrow on the magnet. Yeah, right there. See how it says weak or strong? Yeah, it's on weak. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Now, if we start with the rectangle, what that's going to do is it's going to attach it to a point on the chart. So if we go from, we start over to, if you drag that magnet.
From where to where? Give me the date line.
I have mine starting, place it at 683 on December 14th.
683.
2020.
2020?
So you see where you have your line? Right? What I'm trying to do is we're going to build a zone. And I want to show you the zone and what it does every time it breaks below the zone.
Oh, okay. So my zone, I mean, if you want, I right here, this is my trend line which I draw, and we broke already here. And now what we are doing is we have a different wave created here. And I think we are about to break this, and we are right now in a bear trend. Tesla is a super bear trend, if you ask me. So, those are anticipation of based on these the angles, waves. But the way
I just texted you a photo, but I wanted to go over that with you.
Okay.
If you could recreate what I just sent you.
Oh, okay. That's that cluster. So you trying to, yeah. So right here, my line is right here. You see this line is here. You see that? That's where the line is.
What's that bottom line at?
Yeah, $602.
Okay, you have 602.
Yeah.
I have
But you can move around $10. Doesn't mean right here you can.
For sure.
Yeah.
I have a zone between 806, but basically on my screen, if we look at it, anytime we break below 684 between December 2020, so basically the beginning of 2020 to now, anytime we break below that 683, we come down to basically 500s every time, right?
Yeah.
And then anytime we break up above 805, we always go back up to like 900 to 1,000 to 1,200 range. 1,000, 900,
Yeah.
1,200, 1,100. So what I'm saying is that range between 805. If you look at the photo I just texted you, between 805 and 684.40. Basically, anytime it breaks below that, it goes back down to 500s. Anytime it breaks up above it, it goes back up to basically at least 900.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking is if we break up above that 805, then that'll be a bullish sign based on what it's done in the past.
Right.
Look at it. What do you think?
I mean, at this point, I want to see what market maker game plan, because if they want to be a super bullish on Tesla, I doubt they might set up something like a bull trap little bit, because they know that Tesla has a lot of bulls are, so they're going to wishy-washy all the premium melting, so they might run up and then they're going to come down, and then all the bulls will be trapped on the top somewhere here, which could be $833. So these were the previous, we already crossed that, and probably
Look anytime it's gone above 804, 805, Josh. Where do we go? Always 900, right?
I do not think Tesla gonna go back to 900. I mean, there's a 913 is a 200-day moving average resistance. That could be the next resistance. But right now, market maker goal is when they Fed wants people to, they want to take the power out of the people, and going backward means you're giving back to the power, giving power back to the people. When you go upwards, more and more upwards, this is too much upward. Then I do not think like that. I think this time is not like what this cycle is. You see this cycle is not like this. This is the power want to take it out. They want to take the power from the people. That's what it's all about.
What we saw on the date was what we saw on May 12th when it came down to what is that, 679, right?
Mm-hmm.
On my screen, it would just wick down. If you zoom in to where it wicked down to 679, if you go to May 12th,
Mm-hmm.
if you zoom into May 12th on like a daily,
Yeah, right here, May 12, right here.
yeah, if you can zoom into that spot though, where it wicks down, you see it just basically it wicks down. The wick starts at basically 717, and then the wick ends at 679.
Mm-hmm.
So it wicks down below our floor of 683, but it doesn't close below it. So it basically gets rejected, and then we came back up. But if we say we go and we test that again, and then we close below it, then we can go back down to the 500s.
No, so that's what I was teaching in the morning. So hey, whenever we draw the trend line, and you see this trend line, and this is this is rational move. So when this rational move happens like this, it goes and break the things you think is gonna keep going down. But these are all emotional, these are emotional moves that call happens and it breaks. But people, technical analysts, they have to go a little bit in more in depth to analyze that hey, these moves can have these weak, which can broke the floor and go down weak, and then market can bounce, because these are all rational moves and that goes down. But trend line is important, because these trend line coming from farther out all the way, so these are touching so many lines, and it happens, it breaks but at that particular event. But then again market bounce back, because these are all rational moves, so they have a price correction can happen. But bottom line is the tops are falling, right? So so people need to analyze long term. So what they have to believe is what exactly tops are doing. So when you see tops are falling right here, so when tops are falling, you have to follow the tops. So if the tops are falling, bottom rising, I don't see bottom rising. These are bottoms are like consolidating. You see these steps. If you look at the steps right here, just a second, I'm going to show you right here.
Where it broke your wedge there, that was on May 12th, right? Where it broke your wedge at the bottom?
Yeah, so these over here we had a irrational moves, like these are all rational moves, because look at here, consolidate, but over here we had a rational moves here. So when rational move happens, we ran out of the gas, that's what it happens. And then these are all, this called emotional moves, when you broke the trend line. It can happen for momentum, and then again it can bounce back a little bit, but this is just a little bit because of these rational moves. And then again people will adjust the price, people will set the price in their mind, okay, this price is fair, and then again goes lower low. If now then the geopolicy comes into the picture here, over here the geopolicy comes into the picture. This is not just
at what price did it break your wedge? Like right where it crosses the wedge there, that green candle at the bottom?
725. 725 is not, but that's pointless actually, Sigma. That is pointless. Just I don't trade based on this. This is just the trend breaks. But then you have to also remember that whenever any parabolic move happens, this is called parabolic move in Tesla. When from 1175 to this happen, it's called parabolic constant drop, right? Any parabolic move happen, you need a linear trend line happens, right? So then you need a consolidation like this. You need consolidation somewhere at this point, and then see the tops are falling or not. You see these tops.
I needed to close below the wedge, right?
So okay, so any stock to find the strength, any stock to find the trend, when they break the trend, you need a trend, you need a support, and then the trend support consolidate and it bounce, and then it creates the again top like this. You see the top, we don't have a top right now, anything like this right now, we don't have a top. So if the top happens, we're gonna see whether tops are falling or bottoms are rising. When bottom rise means you're gonna go just like keep going bottom like this, like, so for example, you see for example right here. So if this happens, we're gonna go like this, go like this, go like this, you follow. So the tops are bottoms are rising or not, these bottoms are not rising, over here bottoms are not rising, tops are falling. So that's why the trend is bearish for Tesla right now. That's how you got to see.
Hey, no, for sure. Hey, what candles are you using?
What candles?
Yeah, and like right where it says day in the top left corner.
Oh, these are daily. Daily.
Yeah, but what type of candles are you on? Right next to that, to the right of that.
Oh, this one?
Candle. What to the right there? Yeah, what kind of candles?
Just says regular candles.
No, okay.
Hey Josh,
What's up?
on Friday, hey Sigma's
Hey,
hey, he's trying to cross over to the Tesla world. Question for you. Okay, so Friday with the move that Tesla made upward,
Mhm.
then the highest it got to was like 780 something, which isn't that the support area for Tesla? If it was going to keep going up, it needs to break through that area because it looks like it got rejected and then it dropped back down and then it didn't make an attempt again, but it was also closer to the end of the day, so it would have to break that next resistance line before it can continue to go upward, correct?
Yeah, so this was a fake head. You see this fake head happen, they broke the things here, and then it's called emotional move. This is technical terms, I'm just telling you, these are all emotional move happens, and because of the trend line broke right here. If you look at these, and there's a support here, and if you look at support here, we did test. So what I think right now here is just the pressure is downwards here. Because these are all rational, any rational moves can have, after the rational move there will be a price correction, which could be a temporary, just like over here. This can happen. This is all technical terms I'm talking. It could be $50, it could be $100, and then again just like these tops are falling, so maybe I need to see the tops, or it can go in, because always there is a tops to fall, because that's how you fill up the gas, right? You can't keep going forward and forward, right? Because you have oscillator every time you run through. This is oscillator, so oscillator telling that you got to fill up because it's overextended now, so you can fill and then again it can go down. So we need to wait for the top to fall.
Okay. So we'll have a picture after like the first hour tomorrow, Sigma, in order to go into it.
Yeah, no, if it breaks above 805, I'm definitely going long. And I think it's going to go up.
Yeah, it's got to break through the support line, but with Tesla, just because it breaks the support or the resistance lines doesn't necessarily mean it keeps going, because it likes to, how we talked about on Saturday, it likes to fake us out quite a bit. You have to be sure. It's almost like you have to test two resistance zones to really be sure it's continuing to go down. At least that's been my experience, because Tesla can show that it's breaking the resistance and then it'll shoot right back up, or it'll do the opposite.
Tesla will do this. They will play setup. They will set it up because there's a lot of bulls on Tesla. When I compare with Tesla, there's a lot of bull, and they will set up a bull trap. That's what they will do. That's what I can think. They always set up a bull trap because new week starting. New week starts, they set up a bull trap.
Can I add a little bit? No, my name, this is Satish.
Hey Satish, what's up, man?
Hey, so just like Sigma said, yes, I think if it breaks 805, it probably will go and, get to that island on top where it will reach around 950 area. You see those cluster of candles?
950?
Yeah, 950. It's the top of the last blue candle. The top of the last blue candle. Yep.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I do not see Tesla going to be 950.
No, like Sigma said, if it breaks 805,
still I don't see that. I do not see, I mean, if you ask me, I don't see that.
Josh, what I'm going to say next is not opinion, it's fact. It has never broken above 805 and not gone any lower than 890.
Alright, we'll talk about next by this weekend or next week.
I'm just saying, look at your chart. Show me where it breaks over 8.
No, but for you're forgetting the geo policy. You have to apply geo policy right now. What policy Fed came out and say, hey, we they want to remove the power.
Long term, I'm just talking about for next week, I'm talking about longer term. I'm still like I still see the index is going down. That's not how I trade.
Yeah, we have to trade by the whatever they do. Yeah, I agree. Whatever they do, yeah, that I agree with you. So right now, price of control area is right here, and I doubt they can break 200 because 200 moving is too far right now. 200 and then the pointless giving back the power to the people right here, going too far upwards is too much. Then they're gonna messing up the Fed, the giving back inflation. They want to control inflation. You want to control inflation, you cannot give back the power to the people. And there's lots of bulls on Tesla. People have a lot of power. That's what I think. I could be wrong.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm playing it day by day. And what I'm seeing is right now between the 684. I wish I could share my screen and show you guys what I have on my screen.
Oh no, look, I'm saying probably, yeah, you're right. I'm not saying no. Yeah, we have to go one step at a time and let the market break this right now, which is 800 area, and then it breaks. Then we can be bullish, and then these are all. There is no much support here in this area. So man, right here. So we're gonna probably see right this candle right here. These are all the area we're gonna watch. But these are all intraday. Whatever happens, you just play accordingly. These are all the steps we go through.
I personally think the highest we might see for Tesla might be 840. That
I know, but tequila, the market doesn't care about what you think. It's about like looking at how it moves.
Yeah.
You have to consider the environment right now is very different than all those other move times. So I think if we were in the same economic environment we were in all those other periods, then I think that those trend lines would literally be true to what you're saying.
We were just at 1153 in April. What's changed between now and April?
Everything changed in May. Everything changed at May FOMC.
The last announcement last week, why we're rallying right now, is because they said that we might be doing 50 basis points for the next two hikes. And prior to that, it was anticipated that we're going to get 75. So that's
and this week. But I think this week they might say that they're putting the 0.75 back on the table. They have reported that.
Yeah, and if they do that, we can get a negative reaction. And if we get that, we can see a negative reaction. I'm not saying anything is set in stone. Either way, I'm going to make money either direction it goes. But I'm just saying that I'm looking at this point, and if it breaks and holds above it, that it's a possibility we're removed.
Yeah, I mean, there's money to be made on Tesla. Even if it makes a 15-point move, you make money on it regardless of which direction. So that's the good part. It's great for people who scalp. So yeah, you will be fine whether you do calls or puts on it. But again, it's a seasoned scalper. I think that should play Tesla along those lines. If you're not a seasoned scalper, then wait for Josh to confirm which trend line before you jump in. That would be my only suggestion for anybody who's interested in playing Tesla. But Sigma, I think you'll be fine scalping either way.
Another ticker that is doing exactly like how Tesla is doing, in considering the chart, is SQ. It's doing exactly, it's the same chart, literally.
Same chart? No, man, SQ is totally different. SQ is going lower, very, very low. And the Tesla is like a huge move. Tesla has a huge move. Look at that move. This is huge move. So, but SQ is SQ.
I'll be right back.
Right here, SQ has a resistance around $94, $95 right here. $92, $93. Be careful on SQ right here with this. And then if this trend line breaks, it can go to 120, but that's too far. I think this is the main area right here. This is another resistance to go. And we'll see. This is what I would think of it right now. Okay. Next, guys, if anybody has a question, we can call it a day, guys. 10 o'clock, and I did not eat my dinner. It's still on my table. I think it's let's call it a day, guys. It's 10 o'clock, and I need to finish my dinner, and then I need to go to bed also. Remember, so it's let me call it a day, guys.
Yeah.
And we see you tomorrow. I think it's too late today. Dale, you got a question, buddy? Dale. Dale, you there? Or you just hanging in?
I'm here. I was going to say what Sigma's saying there. I haven't seen it, but never, ever ignore the history.
Never ignore the history. You right?
You know, if he's saying this, above that point, it always breaks. You have to pay attention to that.
Yep, absolutely. That's what we have to watch. Let whatever happens. We have to go. We'll see all the resistance in the morning.
Okay, that's exactly right. But never. You always look left. Always look left. Okay, thanks, guys.
No problem. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here, guys. I really appreciate. See you tomorrow morning. We'll be live morning, and like, subscribe on YouTube, guys. Those who are here, please subscribe. We need we don't have followers on YouTube, guys, so we need a lot of followers. So please let the YouTuber know that we are here. So please subscribe, ring bell button on it, and like. Please click on like, because that's how YouTube would know that we are here. So please help me. I'll try my best to help you guys out. Okay, so thank you YouTube, thank you Discords, everybody, thank you on Twitters. See you guys tomorrow. We'll be live 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. maybe 5 p.m. I'll be live tomorrow. So see you until that tomorrow side. Thank you, signing off. Bye.
Have a good evening, Josh. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Good night, guys.